What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. Evolve Ultra Instinct 1 Start Evolution Ultra Instinct, Seeking Flowers. Advertisement: The world of Dragon Ball, the world of gods of destruction in the 6th universe. The two figures are having a fierce discussion. One of them is Angel Vados of the 6th universe. Wearing an angel uniform intertwined with black and ink green, holding an angel staff in his hand, his body is as light as a butterfly, and he easily dodged all the attacks. Then with a light wave of the staff, Roger's body was directly thrown out. Sitting heavily on the ground. Don't play anymore, I didn't expect that after I became Super Saiyan 4, the gap between me and you is still so great. Roger slapped the ground angrily and then said with an uncomfortable face. At this time, Roger's upper body is covered with Red's body hair, black with somewhat messy hair, and Red's eye sockets, which is the form of Super Saiyan 4. In fact, Roger is a time traveler. When he watched the Dragon Ball anime 5 years ago, he suddenly traveled to this world. And once here, you will go directly to the gods of destruction realm of the 6th universe. Fortunately, with his proud culinary skills, he was quickly recognized by gods of destruction Champa and Angel Vados. And as a traverser, Luofan awakened the system at the beginning. Open black lens bracket ding. The system detects that the host's combat skills are too rubbish. Do you want to evolve Ultra Instinct? Close black lens bracket. Roger naturally chose yes. After all, how fierce Ultra Instinct is, he knows it very well. It's just that after answering the system's questions, this guy fell silent. For 5 years, it never appeared again. Fortunately, after Luofan crossed over, he was a Saiyan. According to the memory of his previous life, the understanding of Saiyan and the help of Angel Vados. Transform yourself into a Super Saiyan in no time. 5 years later, it has reached the form of Super Saiyan 4. After all, if you want to become Super Saiyan 4, as long as you know how to become Super Saiyan, it will be easier to achieve this form. More importantly, there is an angel's guidance by my side. Advertisement practice is naturally more effective. But the only regret he felt was that the system never appeared again. And Vados taught himself the Ultra Instinct for a long time, but he couldn't comprehend it. Roger, you've been great. In just 5 years, he has reached such a level that he is already qualified to be a candidate for the position of gods of destruction. Vados walked up to Roger, then comforted with a smile. Her words were not just to comfort Roger, but also to tell the real truth. You must know that when Roger first arrived here, his strength was very weak. Such a huge improvement can be achieved in just 5 years. This is not something ordinary people can do, but compared to Lord Champa, it's still far behind. Roger also stood up and spoke. I have always wanted to surpass gods of destruction Champa. But now it seems that this is not so easy, unless I comprehend the real perfect Ultra Instinct, or I make another breakthrough in the form of Super Saiyan 4. After transforming into Super Saiyan 5, it is possible to reach the level of gods of destruction. Master Champa is the gods of destruction. He has the rule power of a universe, and it is not so easy to defeat. Vados continued to speak with a smile. Even if gods of destruction's own power is not very strong. But he has mastered the real rule power of a universe, and this is where he is truly powerful and terrifying. Therefore, even if the human strength of some universes has surpassed gods of destruction, they definitely dare not be rude to gods of destruction. Okay. Roger smiled wryly and nodded. In fact, he just felt upset and just complained a little. After all, his current strength is not as strong as gods of destruction. But in the entire universe, it can be regarded as a top existence. It is estimated that even Hit, the most powerful 6th universe killer, may not necessarily be his opponent. Advertisement: Then what are we going to eat today? Vados blinked, looked at Roger expectantly and asked. That's what she wanted to know the most. Although Vados is an angel, she is also a foodie. Ever since Roger came to God Realm, he has completely fallen in love with Roger's cooking skills. It seems that he can make delicious food with just a few random fiddles. And these delicacies cannot be found on any planet in the 6th universe. That's why Lord Champa didn't punish him when he suddenly came to gods of destruction. Because Master Champa is a senior foodie. Ever since I saw Roger's cooking skills, it was a submissive post. Today, let's eat boiled fish. You go and catch 2 fish first, and I'll prepare other ingredients. Roger said to Vados. In fact, he was already used to this kind of life. In the past, he was forced to cook for them, but now, he thinks it's okay. Vados and Champa already consider themselves friends, and treat themselves well. Champa will often discuss with himself, and will also point out his own shortcomings in the process of discussing. And Vados is more like a teacher, more concerned about his own practice. In fact, I knew very well in my heart that they simply regarded themselves as candidates for gods of destruction of the 6th universe to train. Ding! Congratulations to the host, the system has automatically evolved the host's combat skills into Ultra Instinct. At this moment, the cold electronic synthesis sound suddenly sounded from the mind. 002 Champa. Roger, let's do 2 tricks, ask for flowers. Advertisement: What? What? Roger was taken aback for a moment and his body trembled. It was just now. System sound? The system that had been silent for 5 years finally reappeared. And, it also directly evolved its fighting skills into Ultra Instinct. And just when Roger was extremely shocked, a huge amount of information was suddenly stuffed into his mind. It's all about Ultra Instinct. It's amazing. Almost as soon as the information had been crammed into his head, Roger felt he had the Ultra Instinct in his hands. And it can be retracted freely. Familiarity is more like having mastered something for a very long time. Roger, what's the matter with you? Why are you in a daze? Vados looked at Roger, who was in a daze and excited, and asked. Without, nothing, hurry up and catch fish. Shocked and agitated, Roger was pulled from his distraction by Vados. Then he responded perfunctorily, Vados had to go catch fish. It's great. After Vados left, Roger's face was full of ecstasy. I thought it was an unreliable tasteless system, but I didn't expect it to actually evolve into Ultra Instinct. Now that I have the Ultra Instinct, maybe I have what it takes to fight gods of destruction. Roger clenched his fists, his face full of excitement. This own system is called the Fighting Spirit System. I thought it was a garbage system, but I didn't expect to really evolve Ultra Instinct. From the looks of it, his system is really up to snuff. Advertisement, I just don't know what it can evolve for itself next time. After more than an hour, Roger had already made lunch. A dish of boiled fish, a dish of sweet and sour pork ribs, shrimp fried rice, boiled okra and a soup of red dates and white fungus. Champa and Vados looked at the real 4 dishes and 1 soup with surprise on their faces. You know Roger is not a fast cook. Usually, 1 dish is made, and the others are all perfunctory. Doing 2 dishes is already a strange thing. They actually made 4 dishes and 1 soup today, which really surprised the 2 of them. Is today a special day? You actually cooked 4 dishes? Champa looked at Roger suspiciously and asked. Roger, did you get hit in the fight with me just now? Vados asked with some doubts. You must know that after the battle just now, Roger was very depressed. Should I put some water in during the battle? I said. What expression do you 2 have? If you don't want to eat it, then I'll go and throw it away. Seeing the puzzled and suspicious expressions on their faces, Roger said speechlessly. Do it yourself. I finally feel better today, and cook a few more dishes for them. I didn't expect them to have such an expression. No, I'm just curious. Since we've done everything, wouldn't it be a waste to throw it away? Champa said with a quick smile. After finishing speaking, he started to eat voraciously. The delicacies made by Roger are indeed endless. In the entire 6th universe, and even in the entire 7th universe, there is no food on any planet that can compare to Roger's food. Vados, try this fish. It's spicy, but it's super delicious and exciting. Champa said to Vados vaguely while frantically feeding the fish into his mouth. The sweet and sour pork ribs are so delicious. Vados also looked like Angel, who had no hair at all, eating very unrefinedly. Sweet and sour, wrapped in the aroma of meat, so delicious. Looking at the 2 wolfing down, Roger felt a little pitiful. Although as gods of destruction and angel of the universe, they hold the supreme rights and laws. Advertisement, but even a simple dish of boiled fish and sweet and sour pork ribs can be so happy. The 4 dishes and 1 soup were quickly swept away. The work of washing the dishes is naturally handed over to Vados. So full, eating all you like is a great joy in life. Champa leaned on the chair, patted his swollen belly, and then sighed with satisfaction. Without Roger, I would not be able to eat such delicious food. Master Champa, you said that you only know how to eat and don't know how to exercise all day, isn't it good? Roger looked at the satisfied Champa and asked. As long as this guy is working hard, Vados will do everything for him. Sometimes even destroying some planets, they don't know how to do it themselves. I have seen many lazy people, but this is the first time I have received such a lazy person. You're right, you really need to exercise after eating. Since this is the case, let's do 2 tricks for the 2 of us. Champa grinned suddenly and said to Roger. What he likes to do most now, besides eating delicious food, is to compete with Roger. Like beating Roger every time, and enjoying the thrill. You sure? Roger looked at Champa and asked. In fact, I also have this intention now. Because the self now is completely different from yesterday. After mastering the perfect Ultra Instinct, his strength has undergone a qualitative change. Champa can't beat himself so easily, so his thoughts today are probably going to be ruined. 003 Master Champa, meet my Ultra Instinct, ask for flowers. Advertisement, hee hee. Of course I'm sure, for me, the happiest thing right now is to beat you up after eating your delicious food. Champa showed 2 sharp cat teeth and said with a smirk at Roger. Then he moved his wrist. In fact, even though he said so, he was training Roger. Because this guy is really strong, and he is very talented in fighting. A good candidate for gods of destruction. If you want to retire one day, you can also make him the gods of destruction of the 6th universe. Although I am at the bottom of the 12 gods of destruction, but the 6th universe gods of destruction in the next session must not lose to other universes. That's why I allowed Vados to train Roger well. It turns out that every time you fight with me, it's your idea. But today, you may not be able to get what you want so easily. Roger smiled and said to Champa, after all, the current self has mastered the perfect Ultra Instinct. He will definitely not be easily defeated by him like before. Good boy, if you have ambition, then come. Champa waved to Roger, indicating that he can attack. Aha! Roger clenched his fist and turned directly into Super Saiyan 4. If you want to fight Champa, the strength of Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 is completely unusable. Because there is a world of difference from gods of destruction. Is it the transformation of Super Saiyan 4 again? It seems that Vados has been slacking these few days and failed to raise you again. Champa shook his head. Although the strength of Super Saiyan 4 is very strong. But this kind of strength still has a big gap compared with the real gods of destruction. You'll know later. As the voice fell, Roger's body flashed in front of Champa in an instant, and then launched a storm-like attack. Shish. The shadow of the fist was like the wind, and it kept saying that it flew around Champa's body. Advertisement, but Champa easily dodged it. Sure enough, it's still like this. Champa shook his head. In the past 2 months, Roger's improvement in strength has been too slow. It's as if he has already encountered a bottleneck period. If he can't break through this bottleneck, it is impossible for him to have a huge improvement in strength again. The speed is too slow, and the attack is too single. Didn't Vados teach you Ultra Instinct? Champa directly blocked Roger's fist, and then swept it away. Lightning attack, extremely fast. Roger didn't react at all, and was directly kicked in the chest. Boom. With a low crashing sound, Roger's body flew upside down. Oh, sure enough, it's fighting again. After washing the dishes, Vados came back and looked at the two of them with a speechless expression, as if he had already gotten used to it. They seem to have to do this kind of activity every day after eating. But Roger loses badly every time. Today, sure enough, there is no exception. Okay, that's it for today. It seems that you still need to train well. After finishing speaking, Champa looked at Vados and then said, Vados, it seems that you have been lazy recently and haven't trained Roger well. Master Champa, you have wronged me. Roger seems to have reached a bottleneck now, and I can't help. Vados also said helplessly. Practice this kind of thing. The master leads the door to practice in the individual. I can teach him some experience or fighting skills. But it couldn't help him break through the bottleneck. This needs to be comprehended by himself, so that he can master the powerful power he has obtained. Is that so? Okay, that's all for today. Let's practice hard, Champa said to Roger, and then walked towards the palace. Is this the end? Advertisement. Roger looked up, then abruptly exited Super Saiyan form. Then his eyes became calm. Master Champa, today's battle may not end so easily. Champa looked back at Roger suspiciously. Why, are you still unwilling to give up? But Roger has withdrawn from the Saiyan transformation. Could it be that he wants to fight himself with this similar form? Lord Champa, Roger seems a little different. From his body, I suddenly felt a familiar feeling. Staring at Roger, Vados raised his eyebrows slightly and said, Nani? Familiar feeling. Champa was also taken aback. What is the familiar feeling to Vados? Master Champa, I will show you my Ultra Instinct next. The corner of Roger's mouth suddenly raised, and then his face straightened. What? Ultra Instinct? Are you kidding me? Champa's expression changed. Is this guy fooling himself? How could he have mastered the Ultra Instinct? You must know that among the 12 gods of destruction, only the Beerus Ultra Instinct that I hate has reached the entry level. I have also practiced before, but I haven't fully grasped it. Although Vados has given him special training recently, it is absolutely impossible for him to master Ultra Instinct in just 5 years. This guy must be what he said just now, and he is not convinced. So I just want to save some face, but at the same time his voice fell, silver halos and lines suddenly appeared around Luofan's body. The hair was windless and automatic, and the next second it directly turned into silver white, and the silver-gray brilliance in the pupils suddenly flowed. 004 eligible to be the next gods of destruction, seeking flowers. Advertisement. And at this moment, Roger's aura completely became the aura of God. What? How is this possible? This guy has really mastered the perfect Ultra Instinct. What are you kidding? This is a realm that even we can't reach. The flesh on Champa's face twitched, and he whispered to himself. Although I always knew that Vados was teaching this guy Ultra Instinct. But I never thought that he could really master the Ultra Instinct perfectly. That's a realm that even they who destroy Shendu can't reach. It was actually mastered by a human being. He didn't even know what was going on in his heart right now. Logically speaking, I hope that Roger will master Ultra Instinct. After all, he will be the gods of destruction of the 6th universe in the future. But after Roger mastered the realm that he couldn't even master, he was still a little envious in his heart. So this feeling, even he himself can't understand it. Oh, it seems that this little guy has been lying to me. HMPH, I didn't use it when I sparred with me an hour ago, but now I'm using Ultra Instinct to hit Mr. Champa. Vados stared at Roger and snorted softly. But at the same time, she was also surprised that Roger's talent and comprehension ability were indeed very powerful. It only took so much time to fully comprehend the perfect Ultra Instinct. Master Champa, are you surprised? Looking at Champa's expression, Roger asked with a smile. He had already guessed that after casting Ultra Instinct, he would definitely shock Champa. After all, comprehending the Ultra Instinct requires too much Xinsheng. It can't be summed up in just 2 words of talent. Seeing Roger's smile, Champa also twitched the corner of his mouth and said, It's really surprising that you can master the Ultra Instinct perfectly in such a short period of time, which is even more powerful than I imagined. You do deserve to be the next gods of destruction of the 6th universe. After a brief moment of shock and envy, Champa was relieved. After all, the power of destruction also has its own divine skills. Advertisement. This is also the reason why they don't need to practice freedom of mind. Roger smiled. He has no interest in the position of the 6th universe gods of destruction. Because he knows better than anyone else that even if he becomes gods of destruction, he is still controlled by others. On top of gods of destruction, there are more powerful angels, grand priests, Xeno and others. Maybe there are more powerful existences above Xeno and Grand Priest. In their eyes, gods of destruction is very weak, very weak. And his goal is not just to become a gods of destruction. Come on, now we can have a good fight, then Roger said. After mastering Ultra Instinct, his whole temperament has undergone a huge change. The breath in the body has become a sacred breath of God. Then let me see, your Ultra Instinct, Champa also nodded. Then he clenched his fists, and Purple's arrogance instantly erupted from his body. In any of the previous sparring sessions, Champa has never burst out of his breath. They are all fighting in the form of common, and can easily beat Roger. But today, it can be seen from the breath of God that he erupted, that he also intends to be serious. Ultra Instinct is not to be underestimated, call out. This time Champa chose to take the initiative. Almost at the moment when he burst out with the aura of God, he rushed directly towards Roger, and then punched out. With a subconscious flash of Roger's body, he dodged Champa's fist. Shish. But then Champa launched a more violent attack. But Roger avoided them one by one. It's interesting. This kid is much stronger than I imagined. Champa pursed his lips, and there was excitement in his eyes. Advertisement when he competed with Roger before, he didn't show his real strength at all. Because this kind of battle does not have any desire to fight for him, nor does it have any fun at all. But today, Roger made him feel the joy of fighting. Maybe we can play a good game with him. You must know that each gods of destruction is almost invincible in its own universe. There is no opponent at all. This kind of day looks good, but it is very lonely. Especially when a person possesses absolute strength and becomes the absolute overlord of a universe. That sense of emptiness also hits. Although they may not show it on weekdays, this sense of emptiness is always there. Oh, looks like Lord Champa can have a good fight. Roger's progress is incredible, Vados said to himself. Master Champa, it's my turn to fight back. Roger said something out of the blue, then slammed his leg straight into Champa's chest while dodging Champa's fist. Boom. Champa didn't seem to expect Roger's speed to be so fast. He didn't have time to defend at all, and was directly kicked in the chest. Then the body flew upside down. Roger didn't stop there, his body followed closely. Appearing in front of Champa, his fists continued to slam out again. Seeing this, Champa quickly put his arms on his chest to block. Bang bang bang. The fists kept hitting Champa's arms, and Champa's body was constantly falling backwards. 005 Vados. Both of you, enough is enough, ask for flowers. Advertisement, Master Champa was actually suppressed. Roger's promotion is really surprising. Vados watched the battle between the two with a somewhat surprised tone. Although she knew very well in her heart, Lord Champa didn't exert all his strength at all. But at this time Roger was able to suppress Mr. Champa, which was already quite powerful. Bang bang bang. Roger was still unleashing a flurry of attacks. Champa didn't seem to have any parrying power. Master Champa, show your strength and fight. I know that your strength is absolutely impossible to be limited to this. While launching an attack frantically, Roger spoke. If it was said that the majestic gods of destruction only had this level of strength, then I would never believe it. Although Ultra Instinct can greatly improve one's own strength. But gods of destruction is definitely not that weak. In Dragon Ball Super Season 2 comics, the strength of gods of destruction is still unknown. But one thing is for sure, gods of destruction is far more powerful than Son Goku from the perfect Ultra Instinct. You must know that even Son Goku, who is the perfect Ultra Instinct, is still invincible in front of Mara. But gods of destruction Beerus has the power to instantly kill Mara. Champa's comprehensive strength is definitely not as good as Beerus's, but after all, he is also gods of destruction, so the difference will definitely not be too huge. So it can basically be inferred that Champa's strength is definitely not so unbearable. Okay, your current strength has indeed reached the level that allows me to show my true strength to fight. With a flash, Champa suddenly appeared behind Roger, and then spoke lightly. Very fast, so fast, are you really going to show your real strength? Roger's face was filled with anticipation. I have always been curious about how strong gods of destruction is. And with Saiyan blood flowing in his body, he himself likes to fight very much, and he likes to challenge stronger opponents. Aha! Then Champa clenched his fists, and Purple's arrogance became even more turbulent. Advertisement at that moment, the terrifying breath of God instantly covered the entire god realm. It's so strong, there is no doubt that it is much stronger than me. Roger's face changed, and he secretly evaluated in his heart. Sure enough, I guessed right. The strength of gods of destruction is still stronger than the current self. If it were Beerus, he might be much stronger than himself. Come on, now I will let you feel the power of gods of destruction. Champa rarely spoke seriously to Roger. Good, Roger also nodded excitedly. It is really exciting to be able to fight the gods of destruction with all their strength. At this moment, he felt that the blood in his body began to boil. Shish. Almost at the moment when their voices fell, they rushed towards each other in a tacit understanding. Boom. In the next second, the fists of the two collided heavily and the deep collision sounded instantly. Immediately afterwards, the entire ground suddenly exploded. A huge Tianqing appeared, and cracks like spiderwebs spread out around the sky. And Roger's body retreated a distance of more than 10 feet. Ha! Champa waved his hand directly, and a dozen of Purple's energy balls blasted towards Roger in a row. Roger's body was like a ghost at this time, while moving constantly, he avoided all the energy balls. This is what the body spontaneously avoids when it senses a crisis. Boom boom boom. The energy ball hit the ground, and the ground exploded instantly, causing the entire god realm to tremble. And Roger's body was already in front of Champa, condescending, and punched out. The corner of Champa's mouth raised, as if he didn't have any worries. With a retreat behind him, dodging Roger's fist, at the same time the palm of his hand condensed energy instantly, blasting towards Roger. Seeing this, Roger could only back away quickly. Advertisement. Even if he has mastered Ultra Instinct, the speed is obviously not enough to surpass Champa. Cut. Roger clenched his fist, and a serious look appeared in his eyes again. Then the body rushed out again. Champa didn't seem to intend to dodge anymore, but also clenched his fists and met Roger. Boom. Rumble. The fists of the two collided again, and the entire god realm shook violently. A larger sinkhole appeared on the ground. Roger only felt that his entire arm lost consciousness, and his body flew upside down uncontrollably. Champa's body also took 2 steps backwards, but at this time, there was a strong desire to fight in the eyes of both of them. Obviously, the battle at this time is very exciting for both of them. Come again. Champa yelled and rushed to Roger. Roger shook his numb arm, and also attacked again. Bang bang bang. The two were constantly bumping their fists. At this time, the speed of the two was very fast. In the sky, only circles of explosion could be seen, and 2 black lines were constantly intersecting. Every time the two collide, a huge sinkhole will appear on the ground. Soon, the entire god realm became riddled with holes and devastated. Is it okay to go on like this? If you keep fighting, my workload will increase a lot. Vados complained. Then the body flashed suddenly and disappeared in place. When it reappeared, it was already in the middle of Roger and Champa. He opened his hands and easily blocked the fists of the two who were about to collide. 2. Enough is enough. 006 praise from Vados, ask for flowers. Advertisement. If you two continue to fight like this, the god realm will be destroyed. You don't need the two of you to do maintenance. Vados glanced at the two of them left and right, then said reproachfully. In fact, it was almost the end of the battle to this point. Lord Champa still didn't use his full strength, however, Roger's improvement also surprised her. Fine. Roger nodded. Now he can be considered to have figured out the general strength of gods of destruction Champa. Even if he has mastered the perfect Ultra Instinct, he is still no match for Champa. It seems that gods of destruction is indeed more powerful and unfathomable than I imagined. Champa also retracted his fist. You guy, the speed of improvement is really amazing. Even if you look at the 12 universes, it is estimated that no one can improve faster than you. The purple arrogance on Champa had completely disappeared, then she walked up to Roger and said with a smile. In fact, from the bottom of my heart, I already regard Roger as a friend. Although at the beginning, I really didn't agree with human beings, and I also felt that human beings were not qualified to be my friends. But after 5 years, Roger got his own recognition. And I also intend to train him to be the next gods of destruction of the 6th universe. Master Champa, thank you. The universe is so big, there should be no shortage of geniuses, and there are probably many people who surpass me. Roger said modestly. Others don't know it themselves, but the legendary Super Saiyan Broly of the 7th universe. His ascension speed is quite astonishing. In Dragon Ball Super Broly, she can't even beat the normal Vegeta at first. But it takes less than half an hour to rub Super Saiyan Blue Sun Goku and Vegeta on the ground. This speed of improvement can be called terrifying. Advertisement. You are too humble, Champa said, and continued. By the way, in fact, Vados and I have discussed it a long time ago, and we want to train you to be the next gods of destruction. Are you currently interested in being a candidate for gods of destruction? They had already discussed this matter a year ago. Because this year ago, Roger's strength reached Super Saiyan 4. This kind of strength can already be regarded as a top powerhouse among human beings. So it is perfectly qualified to be a candidate for the position of gods of destruction. Let's talk about this later. I can think about it when Master Champa retires, Roger replied with a smile. The thoughts in the hearts of the two of them, in fact, I knew a long time ago. It's just that I really don't have much interest in gods of destruction. And after becoming gods of destruction, you will be subject to some constraints. This is something I don't like very much. Before there is no absolute strength, it is better to develop wretchedly. Okay. Let's talk about it later. Anyway, I'm still a long time away from retirement, let alone thousands of years, Champa said indifferently. Moreover, with Roger's strength, he can directly take over his position at that time. Huh. I'm going to sleep first. The battle just now made me feel a little tired. Champa stretched long and said to the two of them. Although there is still a gap between Roger's strength and himself. But I haven't trained well for hundreds of years, so even the battle just now made me feel a little tired. Lord Champa, this is the result of eating without training. Your figure is seriously out of shape, Vados said to Champa with a look of disgust. In fact, hundreds of years ago, even thousands of years ago, Master Champa's body was not like this, although he was born fatter than Master Beerus. But not so fat. Advertisement because of these hundreds of years, he only knows to go to other universes to search for food and enjoy food. I didn't think about training at all, so my body was completely out of shape. Not only is his body out of shape, but his physical fitness and overall strength are no longer on par with before. Cut. What's so good about training? Anyway, I'm gods of destruction, so I'm fine without training. Champa pouted disapprovingly. Then he swayed directly into the palace. Hey, I really can't do anything about him. Vados sighed. Probably no gods of destruction in the universe is as lazy as Master Champa. Then he turned his head to look at Roger, and asked curiously, when did you learn how to master yourself? Why didn't you cast Ultra Instinct when you sparred with me before? I have just mastered it not long ago, only about 10 days. I wanted to surprise you guys. Roger could only lie. After all, you can't tell anyone that you own the system. Even if Vados and Champa treat themselves well, this matter must not be leaked. Alright, I have to say that your cultivation talent is indeed very strong, and your Xing is also very good. Vados nodded, but didn't ask further questions. If you want to master Ultra Instinct, you have extremely high requirements for your mind, and you must have a very peaceful heart. This is why the various sabotage Shendu were rejected. Their minds are too impetuous, so they are completely unsuitable for practicing Ultra Instinct. Haha, really? Roger could only smile awkwardly. This is the result of systematic evolution, and actually has nothing to do with my own cultivation. 007 classification of Ultra Instinct, for flowers. Advertisement, by the way, I just saw that you seem to have entered a misunderstanding and regarded Ultra Instinct as a transformation form. With a serious look on his pretty face, Vados looked at Roger and said. Because Ultra Instinct is a state, not a transformation form. Every angel, they maintain this state all the time. That said, their norm is Ultra Instinct, but now Roger sees Ultra Instinct as a transformation. Similar to the transformation of Super Saiyan form, this is obviously a misunderstanding. Yes, I really think of Ultra Instinct as a transformation form. Roger nodded. In fact, in Dragon Ball Super, Son Goku also used the free extreme attack as a form of transformation at the beginning. Whis didn't point out Son Goku's mistake until he was actually able to control the perfect Ultra Instinct. Let Son Goku put Ultra Instinct into normalcy, just like Angel. Ultra Instinct is a state, you have to learn to maintain this state all the time, instead of using Ultra Instinct when you need to fight. Because of that, sometimes in the face of some sudden and unexpected sneak attacks, the body cannot automatically dodge. Vados also explained patiently. It is not impossible to use Ultra Instinct as a transformation form. But obviously, let it become a state, and maintain this state at all times is more effective and more effective. You're right. Roger didn't refute, but nodded. I remember that when Dragon Ball Super Frieza was revived, Super Blue Son Goku was pierced through the chest by a laser gun when he relaxed his vigilance. If at that time, he had reached the Ultra Instinct realm, then it is impossible for the laser gun to hit him. Because the body will dodge spontaneously, but... Advertisement. Roger changed the topic, and then smiled. I have my own idea, I want Ultra Instinct to be a transformation form. Also, don't you think I'm very handsome just now? Whether you are strong or not is a matter of a moment, but whether you are handsome or not is a matter of a lifetime. The biggest role of Ultra Instinct is to be strong, but handsome must not be ignored. If you integrate Ultra Instinct into the normal, it will look too plain. Without those colorful streamers, how can I amaze the world? In the previous life, when watching the Dragon Ball Superpower Conference, Son Goku, who became a perfect Ultra Instinct, surprised himself, really ridiculously handsome. Of course, being handsome is only part of the reason. More importantly, I want my Saiyan transformation form to be with the perfect Ultra Instinct perfect fusion. In this way, one's strength will definitely be improved qualitatively. The best of both worlds. Forehead. Hearing Roger's words, Vados was speechless, but still nodded. Handsome is indeed handsome. Okay, you have your own ideas, so I won't say much. She knew very well that Roger was a very assertive and thoughtful person. Now that he is doing this, he obviously has his own plans. There is no need to forcibly interfere. By the way, Vados, I have a question for you. Roger looked at Vados seriously and said, what, you ask? Vados nodded. Is Ultra Instinct also divided into several levels, or several grades? Roger has always been curious about this question. Ultra Instinct is definitely divided into strong and weak. Because in the second season comics of Dragon Ball Super, Whis clearly stated that Ultra Instinct also has levels. Advertisement in Grand Priest is also the most cutting-edge existence of Ultra Instinct. Angel's Ultra Instinct level is also stronger than others. My current Ultra Instinct is the same as what Son Goku had mastered in the Power Conference. It should be the perfect Ultra Instinct belonging to the lowest level. So for ordinary people, it is indeed a very strong, even invincible existence. But compared with Angel and Grand Priest, there is definitely a big gap. Vados nodded. Ultra Instincts do have levels. The Ultra Instinct you have mastered now should be the second to last level. The penultimate level is the Ultra Instinct sign, and the next one is the one you just cast. As for the latter, Vados did not explain, because about the Grand Priest and the others, there is no need to tell Roger now. In fact, Novice Angel's Ultra Instinct is stronger than Roger. And the Ultra Instinct of the real Angel is better than the Ultra Instinct of the Novice Angel. Master Grand Priest's Ultra Instinct has truly reached the pinnacle. Not even Angel can compare to it at all, so that's how it is. Roger smiled wryly, and the second to last Ultra Instinct said, it's a long way to go, it seems that I still have a long way to go. I don't know how long it will take to reach the level of Ultra Instinct like Grand Priest. Will your own system further evolve your own Ultra Instinct? You don't think so much. Even in all the universes, there are very few humans who can surpass you. Looking at Roger with a wry smile, Vados comforted him. P.S. The new book sets SO08 Supreme Kai Fua's request for help, ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement, that's right, I really should relax my mind. Roger nodded. You must know that it has only been 5 years since you started practicing. It has recently reached the level of Super Saiyan 4. More importantly, this is not relying on the system, but the result of one's own practice. Now my own system can also be used normally. I also let myself directly master the perfect Ultra Instinct. I don't know what good things the system will evolve in the future. So in the future, I will become stronger and stronger. That's right. Let's start training. After training, take me to the planet Sumo, and we'll search for some other raw materials. Vados said to Roger. A tacit balance seems to have been reached between the two. Vados guides Roger's practice, and Roger takes Vados to other planets to search for raw materials for gourmet food. Make delicious food when you come back. Okay, Roger responded. He actually liked hanging out with Vados, too. Although Vados' identity is Angel, he is also a woman, and she is very beautiful, with first-class appearance and figure. So when he gets along alone, it still makes him feel pleasing to the eye. Then let's get started. Roger directly played the perfect Ultra Instinct this time. He also needs to hone his Ultra Instinct actual combat experience. In this world, there are many people who are better than me. Never rest on your laurels just because you have perfected the Ultra Instinct. The Sumo planet is very similar to the planet in Roger's previous life. There are also many ingredients from previous lives here. Most of the food I have made for Champa and Vados in the past few years comes from this planet. The raw materials are indeed good, but the production level and cooking skills of this planet are too poor. Advertisement, so even if it is the best raw material, it is a waste in their hands. Lord Roger, Lord Vados, welcome to this planet again. The leader of planet Sumo put his right hand on his chest and greeted Roger and Vados with great respect. You must know that 4 years ago, Lord Gods of Destruction Champa originally wanted to destroy their planet. Because the comprehensive score of humans on their planet is really bad. Logically speaking, it should be cleared by Gods of Destruction. But this is because of Lord Roger's intercession, so that the planet was kept. So all the residents on this planet are grateful to Roger. You're welcome, Chief Hamo. We came this time to find some raw materials. Roger smiled and said to Chief Hamo. Okay, Master Roger, just ask for whatever you want. Hamo's tone was still very respectful. Leader Hamo, you just treat me as your own friend, you don't have to be so restrained. Besides, I have to trouble you to receive it personally every time. I also feel embarrassed. Roger said with a faint smile. Maybe it's because I don't have the habit of cultivating the best in the middle. So I can't bear the respect and even the fear of others for me. And I still have a good impression of the inhabitants of this planet. Each of them can be kind and conscientious, it's just that the combat power is a little lower. Lord Roger is our savior, and I should receive him. Lord Roger, this way please. Sure enough, Hamo didn't listen to Roger's words at all, and his attitude was even more humble. Fine, Roger couldn't do anything about it either. We can only go together. Vados was behind Roger, looking at Roger with a faint smile on his face. What she appreciates about Roger is that he is obviously entitled to be arrogant, but Roger is very low-key. Even in front of these humans with little fighting power, they didn't look down on them at all. Instead, treat them as friends. Advertisement, I have seen countless people, even including Gods of Destruction. Once they have strength and status, their hearts and mentality will also change. So Roger's character is particularly attractive to her. After arriving at the destination, Roger picked some high-quality cowhide, tenderloin and some seafood, and then returned to the Gods of Destruction world. Before leaving, Hamo naturally tried to persuade him to stay. After returning to the Gods of Destruction world, Roger discovered that Supreme Kai Fua from the 6th Universe was also there today. Although I knew this guy, it was definitely the first time he had come to the Gods of Destruction world in the past 5 years. Every universe's Supreme Kai has a different skin tone. The 6th Universe Supreme Kai Fua's complexion is green, his body is the same as Champa's, and he is as fat as a ball. And behind him was his follower, a thin bamboo pole with blue skin. Hey, you be ******D, why don't you just stay in your own god realm and come to me? Champa glanced at Fua contemptuously and asked. Although it is said that Gods of Destruction and Supreme Kai are gods of equal status, they are both supreme existences standing in a universe. But Gods of Destruction obviously didn't take Supreme Kai seriously. This is true whether it is the 7th Universe or the 6th Universe. Lord Champa, I am here this time for the once-in-10-year Supreme Kai candidate-friendly competition. Fua hurriedly spoke respectfully. A friendly match for Supreme Kai candidates. Champa plucked his ears and asked casually, what does this have to do with me? This guy, it's really troublesome to come to him for such a small matter. This is embarrassing to say. Fua blushed, glanced at the entourage behind him, and said bravely, because in every friendly match in history, our 6th Universe has lost miserably, and Luo Er's strength is too bad. So this time, I'm here to ask Master Champa if there is any way to help our 6th Universe to breathe a sigh of relief. It was really embarrassing for him to say this. After all, this is Supreme Kai's problem, and now it's Gods of Destruction. Cut. How shameful you are to say it. Champa gave Fua a disdainful look, and then asked, win or lose the match against Beerus' 7th Universe. This is what he cares most about. 009 Roger, you go to participate, you must win the 7th Universe, 2,000 flowers plus more. Advertisement, that Fua's eyes drifted and he looked guilty. Even if he didn't answer, everyone already knew the answer. I'm so sorry, Lord Champa. The 6th Universe's Supreme Kai follower Jebit is very strong, and I am not his opponent. Seeing Foy's embarrassment, the follower Luo said with an embarrassed face. Among all the Supreme Kai followers, except for the Supreme Kai candidate Zamasu of the 10th Universe, Jebit is also very strong. So I am not his opponent. Not only that, but their 6th Universe is at the bottom almost every time. It's really useless. You can't even beat the Supreme Kai follower from the 7th Universe. Champa glanced at Roll and Foy coldly. As the Supreme Kai and followers of the 6th Universe, I am really ashamed of myself. The two could only bow their heads in shame. If the two of them could defeat the Supreme Kai minions or candidates from other universes, they wouldn't be here today asking for help. It was actually defeated by the Supreme Kai follower from the 7th Universe. No, you have to win back. Champa rubbed her chin, muttered to herself, and then looked at Roger. Roger, I will leave this matter to you. This time you follow these two useless things to a friendly match for the Supreme Kai candidates. It doesn't matter to the others, but you must defeat that J from the 7th Universe, understand? With Roger's current strength, not to mention Supreme Kai's entourage. Even the real Supreme Kai, Roger can beat them all with one finger. Let me go, advertisement. Roger glanced at Foy. For such a game, I actually don't have much interest in it. Because even the real Supreme Kai is vulnerable in his own eyes? As for the followers of Supreme Kai, they're even more not their opponents. This is not my pride, but the fact is right in front of my eyes. Even if he doesn't cast Ultra Instinct, it's not something Supreme Kai can handle. But speaking of it, I have some interest in Zamasu, the Supreme Kai candidate of the 10th Universe. Because that guy is also very strong after taking Son Goku's body. Became a nice boss. In the end, it was destroyed by Zeno. Foy and Roll glanced at Roger with doubts on their faces. Master Champa, may I ask if he is? The guy in front of him looked like a human being, because at this moment, he couldn't feel the breath of God in his body. Since he is a human being, how could he be the opponent of God? And from the bottom of his heart, he, Supreme Kai, still looks down on humans. So I don't want to have anything to do with humans. In this regard, he is indeed inferior to Supreme Kai Asin of the 7th Universe. Roger is a candidate for Gods of Destruction, and will succeed me as Gods of Destruction in the future, but the ceremony has not yet been held. Champa naturally knew what Foy was thinking. Then he continued. His strength has reached the level of Gods of Destruction, so it is more than enough to deal with such small characters. When he said that, he didn't mean to flatter Roger. If Roger now masters the Gods of Destruction skill, he is fully capable of Gods of Destruction. And the strength will definitely not be the bottom of Gods of Destruction. It turned out to be Lord Champa's candidate. What a disrespect. Foy's attitude immediately changed 180 degrees, advertisement. And not just because of the status of the Gods of Destruction candidate. More importantly, the fact that he can stay in the Gods of Destruction world now is enough to prove that he has a very close relationship with Master Champa. Such a guy, don't you dare to offend him? Moreover, Master Champa has just stated clearly that he already possesses the strength of Gods of Destruction. Looking at Supreme Kai Fua in front of him, Roger didn't have a good impression. He just said lightly, the strength of those contestants is really too weak. You should inform the other Supreme Kais and tell them to find some stronger opponents, otherwise they may lose miserably. By the way, especially the 7th Universe and the 11th Universe, I heard that some human beings in their universes are very powerful. It would be even better if you can refer to them. If it's only suitable for some Supreme Kai candidates or follower battles, it's too boring. Although I have a little interest in Zamasu, however, his current strength is really too weak. I just need to become Super Saiyan, and I can easily crush him. It does get a bit boring without some stronger opponents. If Son Goku and Vegeta from the 7th Universe can participate, or Topo or Jiren from the 11th Universe can see it, then this friendly match might become more interesting. This. Fua was a little confused. It's fine if you can win, and take the initiative to provoke. This is not in line with their 6th Universe Supreme Kai's style of doing things. Just do what Roger says. Just take this opportunity to observe the strength of other universe humans. Champa ordered directly and coldly. Yes, I understand, Lord Champa. Foy nodded quickly, and then said, the competition will start in 3 days, and I will pick up Mr. Roger then. 010 or, you can be my girlfriend, add more data, advertisement. After speaking, Supreme Kai Fua and Luo didn't stay any longer, and immediately conveyed the news to other Supreme Kais. If this matter was just what Roger said, he might not care. But now that Lord Gods of Destruction Champa has said so, he must follow suit. And Master Champa said it. With this opportunity, it seems that we can also learn about the general strength of other universe humans. After Foy left, Champa went to rest again. His daily life consists of eating, sleeping, and eating. Roger, what shall we have for dinner tonight? Walking to the kitchen, Vados couldn't help asking curiously. Logically speaking, as an angel, I should have no desires. But I couldn't help but be impressed by Roger's food every time. Tonight I'll make you fat beef and sour soup, and then I'll make a dish of brine shrimp. By the way, didn't we take some flour today? I'll make a handmade beef ramen tonight. This is my specialty. Roger looked at the delicacies on the chopping board and then said. Although in the previous life, he was not a professional chef. But I also studied ramen for 2 years in a ramen restaurant. So ramen technology can be regarded as very powerful. As for these home-cooked stir-fries, it is completely manageable. The most important thing is that there is no food in the sixth universe. Even if it is made by itself, the taste is very ordinary, and it will be regarded as food by Vados and Champa. It sounds mouth-watering. A light appeared in Vados' beautiful eyes. Then he stared at Roger, as if he wanted to see through Roger. Then he asked curiously, I really want to know where you came from. Why did you suddenly appear in the God realm? Advertisement, and there is also the craftsmanship of making delicious food. In fact, I have always been curious about this matter. Regarding Roger's past, I can't see through it at all. Even if he used Angel's ability by himself, he couldn't find out Roger's origin at all. But I can be sure that Roger should not belong to the sixth universe. Because no planet in the entire sixth universe can produce such delicious food. In these hundreds of millions of years, I and Mr. Champa have already traveled all over the planets in the entire universe. This is my secret. Speaking of which, I don't know why or how I came here. Roger shrugged and smiled. In fact, Roger himself was in a state of bewilderment when he just crossed over. Although this kind of thing is very common in novels. But when it really happened to me, that kind of shock, that kind of bewilderment has never been experienced by someone who has never experienced it. It is absolutely impossible to empathize with it. It's fine if you don't want to say it, I'm not interested anyway. As long as you make delicious food for me every day, that's fine. Vados didn't want to ask anymore. Although she is an angel, he also knows that everyone has some little secrets that they don't want others to know. And I'm just an angel, just do what I'm supposed to do. There's no need to ask Roger's background. After all, even Lord Champa doesn't care about such things, so there's no need for him to be so concerned. Every day. You have to know that the lifespan of our human beings is very short. You said that if one day I die and go to bed, won't someone make delicious food for you? Roger looked at Vados, then joked. As a time traveler, it is very simple to want to live forever. Advertisement. You must know that in this world, Dragon Ball is a very bad bug. Not only Earth's Dragon Ball, Namek's Dragon Ball, but also Super Dragon Ball. There is always one that can satisfy your desire for immortality. It's not easy. As long as you become gods of destruction, you will have unlimited life, Vados said disapprovingly. Although the life of gods of destruction is not permanent. But to the commoners, gods of destruction's life is basically infinite. That's right. But I've been cooking for you all my life, and you don't give me some rewards, so I'm a bit at a loss? Roger suddenly had a flash of inspiration, and said with a smirk. After staying with Vados and Champa for a long time, Roger is used to joking with them to pass the boring time. Reward. Vados stroked his chin, and then said, I'm also working hard every day to guide you to become stronger. The time I spent guiding Roger in the past 5 years is much more than the time I spent 1,000 years knowing Mr. Champa. That can't be done. You guided me to become stronger, didn't you just want me to be gods of destruction in the sixth universe? This is something you discussed with Champa. How can it be considered a reward? Roger shook his head and said. Cut. Then what reward do you want? Vados seemed to have seen Roger's smallness, then stared at Roger, and asked with a smile. Well, how about you be my girlfriend? In this way, I can do nothing for you for the rest of my life. Roger grinned and said with a naive smile. He was just joking. Because of myself and Angel Vados, we are not in the same world yet. So this kind of thing, now he is just joking and ridiculing. 0117th Universe, let Son Goku and Vegeta participate. Ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement, girlfriend. Vados hesitated for a while, then asked. What is that? Is it also a delicious delicacy? Pretend. Continue to pretend. Roger cast a disdainful glance at Vados. You must know that Vados has lived for at least hundreds of millions of years, and it should be tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of years to become an angel and cooperate with Champa to take charge of the entire sixth universe. She said she didn't know what a girlfriend was, which was obviously pretending. It's just that Roger was just joking with her. Since she wanted to pretend, she had to cooperate with her. Roger replied. For a man, a girlfriend is an excellent delicacy, the best delicacy in the world. Of course, there is something more beautiful than the delicacy of girlfriend, and that is someone else's girlfriend. Roger's answer drew Vados' stare. Obviously, she knows the meaning of the word girlfriend. It's just that she doesn't want to discuss this topic in depth with Roger. Okay, I was just kidding you. You're Angel. In my mind, that is the supreme existence. As long as you want to eat, I will make it for you every day from now on. Seeing that Vados didn't want to discuss this topic, Roger was also very interesting and didn't talk further. That's about the same, Vados replied, but there was a smile on the corner of his mouth. Okay, now I need to cut all the beef into very thin slices, and I need you to help me with this. Then I'll pick those shrimp strings. Roger handed over a large piece of beef to Vados. Although I cook for myself almost every day, but Vados is also often helping himself. Do what you can. Okay, leave it to me, Vados nodded. For an angel, such a small thing as slicing meat is too simple. Advertisement. Roger felt that even if he stayed in the God realm all the time, as long as he had Vados by his side, he would not feel alone. You can talk to him every day, chat, joke and even confide in your heart. Vados is not bored at all. Instead, listen carefully to what you have to say every time. Moreover, I have my own guidance every day, and I am very concerned about my own cultivation. However, this can be regarded as my own beautiful wish. Because he knows very well, even better than anyone else, the dangers of this world. Above Angel, there is Grand Priest, and above Grand Priest there is Xeno. Those truly big figures can decide the fate of a person or even a universe with a word or even a wave of their hand. I have to become stronger and stronger than them. Only in this way can you truly control your own destiny. It's not that I don't know when I will disappear together with this universe. And at this time in the Supreme Kai world of the 7th universe. Master Supreme Kai, what did Master Fuwa mean just now? Jabiter asked with a puzzled expression on his face. Just now Master Fuwa, the 6th universe Supreme Kai, came for a while. He told Master Supreme Kai that this time their 6th universe will send a very strong player to participate in this competition. So I hope that the 7th universe can also find some powerful humans, and then we can learn from each other. You must know that there are no human beings participating in the friendship competitions between the previous Supreme Kai candidates. Why this time, Supreme Kai of the 6th universe made such a decision? Actually, I don't quite understand his real intention. But listen to what he means, this time let humans run the game. Supreme Kai Asen also said somewhat incomprehensibly. It is obviously a battle between Supreme Kai, why should humans from various universes participate? I said what are you two talking about here, didn't he clearly say that humans can participate? Advertisement, because the two Saiyans Goku and Vegeta are allowed to participate in this way, our 7th universe will definitely win this time. Besides, you two guys who don't live up to expectations, come back every time with the bottom 1 and 2nd place, are you ashamed? At this moment, the old Supreme Kai on the side suddenly spoke. To be honest, I panicked for these two guys. There is no shame at all, and there is no desire to be competitive. This has led to every Supreme Kai candidate having a competition, and the 7th universe and the 6th universe are the bottom 3. Forehead, the two looked embarrassed. This matter is really embarrassing to say. No way. Although Jebit's strength is stronger than that of Roll and the Supreme Kai followers of the 2nd universe. But compared to other Supreme Kai candidates and followers in the universe, it is much worse. Especially Zamasu, the Supreme Kai candidate of the 10th universe, is able to crush Jebit every year. Master Ancestor is right. Since humans are allowed to participate this time, Goku and Vegeta can be brought over. Firstly, let them see the powerhouses of other universes, and secondly, maybe this time we can feel proud for a while. Supreme Kai Asen can only listen to the old Supreme Kai. It doesn't matter if I win or lose, it's a friendly game anyway. But the old Supreme Kai is getting older and maybe more concerned about face. And his personality is different from his own. Well, the two Saiyans of Son Goku and Vegeta like fighting the most, and they will definitely agree to this matter. Jebit also spoke. In the entire universe, he has never met more fighting men than Son Goku and Vegeta. 012 Discomfort from Zamasu. Ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement. Well, Goku and Vegeta are now practicing in Master Beerus's God Realm. I will tell them now. After Supreme Kai Asen finished speaking, he directly cast instant transmission, and then went to the Gods of Destruction world. And at this time in the Gods of Destruction world of the 11th universe. What did you say? Did Supreme Kai from the 6th universe really say that? Gods of Destruction from the 11th universe stared at Supreme Kai K and asked. Yes. I also inquired carefully. They may let Gods of Destruction, the candidate for the 6th universe, play this time. Supreme Kai Kai nodded and replied. As a shrewd Supreme Kai, he will naturally have some special means. It's not that hard to know this kind of thing. Candidate Gods of Destruction for the 6th universe? Why have you never heard of it? Vermut froze. I often let Makarita observe the movements of other universe Gods of Destruction worlds. However, it has never been heard that there will be candidates for Gods of Destruction in the 6th universe. According to that guy Champa's petty mind, how could he choose his successor so early? Then he turned to look at Angel Makarita and asked, Makarita, what is going on? Have you heard of it? No dear. However, in the past few years, a human has indeed appeared in the Gods of Destruction world of the 6th universe. And Vados and Champa often seem to take him out with them when they go on missions. Makarita thought for a while, then replied, maybe this guy is the so-called candidate Gods of Destruction from the 6th universe. There is such a thing, Vermut thought for a few seconds. If the 6th universe is going to send a candidate for Gods of Destruction, then their 11th universe is naturally not far behind. If it is defeated by the 6th universe, the universe with the lowest comprehensive level of human beings. That is not a glorious thing. Advertisement, in this case, you will go find Topo later, and take him with you this time. Teach that arrogant Zamasu of 10th universe a lesson, he seems to win the championship every year, right? The 10th universe won the championship and I don't feel uncomfortable. But if the universe of the two Beerus brothers is allowed to win the championship, this is something that I will not allow. Let Topo go with him this time, so he can suppress Zamasu's arrogance. According to the information I have obtained, in every Supreme Kai candidate-friendly competition, that guy seems to win every time. It's time for him to feel what it's like to fail. Yes, Lord Vermut. Kay nodded. Topo is the candidate for Gods of Destruction in the 11th universe. I know exactly how strong he is. As long as Topo participates in the competition this time, the other universes will have no hope of winning. By the way, let's see what the Gods of Destruction candidate from the 6th universe is capable of. With haze in Vermut's eyes, he tapped the table with his index finger and said in a low voice. Time passed day by day, and 3 days passed almost in the blink of an eye. At this time, Supreme Kai Fua came to the world of Gods of Destruction again. Lord Champa, Mr. Roger, Vados, Foy and Luo respectfully greeted each other. Whether the two of them can feel proud this time is all up to Roger. Is the time coming so soon? Champa looked at the two of Fuo, squinted his eyes, and his temperament suddenly changed, and then said, "It's better to hurry up. If you make me have no food tonight, I will seal you two forever in the stone, understand?" Ming. I understand, Master Champa. The two quickly nodded with fear on their faces. Although the identities of gods of destruction and Supreme Kai are similar, they are both cutting-edge gods in this universe, and they are symbiosis. In other words, as long as one of them dies, the other dies as well. But their strength gap is worlds apart. Although gods of destruction will not kill Supreme Kai directly, it can seal them up. Let them never die. Advertisement. It's just that usually, gods of destruction doesn't do that. Because of this, if there is only destruction in a universe without repair and creation, it will affect the peace and balance of the universe. At that time, if Master Zeno blames him, even the gods of destruction will not be able to bear the responsibility. Then go and come back, immediately. Champa waved his hand. Mr. Roger, I'm sorry, please grab my shoulder, Foy said to Roger. Then three people instant transmission. When it reappeared, it had already left the 6th universe and reached the Supreme Kai realm of the 10th universe. At this time, Godhood Gas, the king of the 10th universe, and Zamasu, the Supreme Kai candidate, are waiting for everyone. I've kept you waiting, Master Kavas. Foy greeted Gervis with a smile. Where is Master Fuo? You are the first to come. There is an extra person this year, the king of the 6th universe? Gervis glanced at Roger, and then asked curiously. Yes. Foy nodded shamelessly. I only notified the 7th universe and the 11th universe about the previous incident. Because that's what Roger and Champa-sama said, so I didn't notify other universes about this matter. Cut, that guy doesn't have divine energy in his body, so he's obviously a human being. The moment Zamasu saw Roger, he suddenly clenched his fists and maliciousness appeared in his eyes. That is a heartfelt dislike for human beings. Roger naturally felt Zamasu's gaze, and then greeted him with the same gaze. Then he smiled contemptuously, not paying attention to Zamasu at all. Such a small role is too weak for him, there is no need to pay attention to it at all. 013 long-awaited daimyo, Son Goku and Vegeta, ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement, Master Gavas, I think you can also feel that guy doesn't have the slightest aura of God in his body. He is not a person from the God realm at all, but a human being who likes to deceive. How can such a mortal enter such a sacred place as the God realm? Zamasu glanced at Roger, and then said respectfully to Gevas beside him. He has no sympathy for this group of greedy, ignorant and stupid humans. Although as Supreme Kai, she shouldn't have such an idea. But he always felt that low-level and stupid creatures like humans shouldn't exist at all. Their existence will only tarnish this beautiful and pure universe. It's a pity that I am not a cutting-edge god, otherwise I would never let such a creature reproduce. Zamasu, you are going to become Supreme Kai in the future, you have too much prejudice against human beings. Gavas lowered his voice and said to Zamasu with a displeased look on his face. Since the last time Zamasu made a trip to a human planet, he seems to have grown more and more prejudiced against humans. Such a mind, if he becomes Supreme Kai in the future, it will not be a good thing. Master Gavas, Before Zamasu finished speaking, he was interrupted by Gavas. It doesn't matter whether the opponent is a human or Supreme Kai, it doesn't make much difference to me. This is just a common friendly game. Shish. But at this moment, the sound of the street breaking through the sky sounded. Immediately afterwards, 4 familiar figures appeared in front of Roger. This is a person from the 7th universe. In addition to Supreme Kai Asin and Jebit, there are Son Goku and Vegeta. For Roger, these are all familiar faces. Especially the two protagonists, Son Goku and Vegeta, who are familiar and cannot be more familiar. It's just that there are special marks engraved on the combat uniforms of the two of them. That's what Whis marked for them. In other words, these guys have been practicing with Whis for a while. And from their bodies, if they feel very strong chi. If I'm not mistaken, those two guys should have been able to turn into Super Saiyan Blue. Master Kavas, Master Fuo, Supreme Kai Asin salutes the two. Advertisement. I have to say that although this guy is weak, his attitude is really good. The two nodded and greeted each other. In contrast, Supreme Kai's attitude is much better than Gods of Destruction. At this time, Zamasu glanced at Son Goku and Vegeta, and his brows frowned even deeper. Damn. Another dirty human. The disgust in the eyes became more intense. Huh? Tail. Look at Vegeta, that guy is a Saiyan just like us. When Son Goku looked at Roger, he suddenly saw the tail behind Roger, as if he had discovered a new continent. There was a look of horror on his face. Are you Saiyan from the 6th universe? Vegeta also asked in surprise. I didn't expect Saiyan to exist in other universes. And it looks so similar to them, it also has Saiyan's signature tail. Well, I've heard of you for a long time, Son Goku and Vegeta. Roger nodded towards him. In fact, to be precise, I should belong to Saiyan of the 7th universe. It's just that after crossing over, I have arrived at the 6th universe. The Saiyan of the 6th universe has no tail now. You know us? Vegeta looked at Roger with a look of surprise. He didn't expect himself and Kakarot to be so famous that even people from other universes knew about them. Of course, I'm familiar with you, Roger nodded with a smile. Maybe I know myself better than them. Hey, that's great, to be able to fight Saiyan from other universes. Son Goku didn't care too much about why Roger knew them, and shook his fist with excitement. When Lord Supreme Kai first told them, they were not so excited yet. But seeing that the other party also had Saiyan, Son Goku and Vegeta were naturally excited. Kakarot, don't be too careless, although this guy didn't release his aura, I can feel that he is very strong. Advertisement Vegeta reminded Son Goku. When the strength reaches their level, even if the opponent doesn't deliberately release their aura, they can still feel the pressure. From Roger's body, he felt a strong breath. To be sure, this guy is definitely not simple. Well, I feel Vegeta too. That's why I'm so excited, Son Goku nodded and said. If the other party is just an ordinary person, I still can't arouse interest. HMPH, excitement is in vain. This guy will definitely lose to me, don't try to snatch Kakarot, Vegeta said domineeringly. He, Son Goku smiled, obviously saying that each depends on his ability. But, damn it, Zamasu looked at the three of them with smiles on their faces and clenched their fists loudly. This is the holiest and holy world of Supreme Kai, these dirty and stupid mortals are actually smiling here. If I were Supreme Kai, I would never allow this kind of thing to happen. This is definitely a kind of defilement to the god realm. Zamasu. After sensing the change in Zamasu's mentality, Kvass glanced at Zamasu, and then gave a warning. It seems that Zamasu's resentment towards humans is too deep. Such a person is definitely not suitable to be a Supreme Kai. It seemed that he had to find someone else to take his place. As time ticked by, other Supreme Kai candidates and entourages from the universe arrived one after another. But the only familiar one is Topo from the 11th Universe. 014 Super Saiyan, surprised by Goku Vegeta, asking for flowers and evaluation tickets. Advertisement, Vegeta, that guy's strength is also very strong. Son Goku glanced at Topo of the 11th Universe, then whispered to Vegeta. Well, it's really hard to deal with. It seems that the powerhouses of other universes are far stronger than we imagined. Vegeta also nodded seriously. Originally thought that after they became Super Saiyan Blue, it should be impossible for anyone other than Angel and Gods of Destruction to be their opponents. But I didn't expect other universes to have such powerful humans. And the Roger from the 6th Universe and the bald head from the 11th Universe are definitely not easy to deal with. Maybe even if you become Super Saiyan Blue, you won't be able to win easily. Is that Gods of Destruction, the candidate for the 6th Universe? I don't feel anything special. While the players were looking at each other, Topo looked at Roger, and then said to Kai in a low voice. Although the other party is also a candidate for Gods of Destruction. But I can definitely defeat him with ease, because there is still a big gap between the 6th Universe and the 11th Universe. Well, it's really ordinary. Looks like today is your solo show, Topo. Be sure to perform well and let Shendu, the king of all universes, see the strength of our 11th Universe. Kai smiled and said to Topo, he has 100% confidence in Topo's strength. Apart from Gods of Destruction, it is absolutely impossible for anyone to defeat him. Don't worry, Lord Kai, Topo nodded confidently. As for the Zamasu mentioned earlier, he didn't even look at it. Because it's too weak to attract attention. Every Supreme Kai, every player, the next friendly competition of Supreme Kai candidates between the various universes begins now. Next, all the players will draw lots to determine their opponents. Gevas grabbed it casually, and a lottery box appeared in his hand. Advertisement then Roger and other contestants came to the stage to draw lots. Because a universe can only choose one person to play, Son Goku can only give this opportunity to Vegeta in the end. In fact, it was a boxing game between two people and he lost. After the lottery was drawn, Roger looked at the number he had signed, and it was number 3. And the one on the side corresponding to number 3 is Supreme Kai Zamasu, the candidate for the 10th universe. Number 1 and number 2, respectively, the 1st universe versus the 9th universe, and the 4th universe versus the 12th universe. There are no familiar faces, and it is a battle between Supreme Kai's followers, which is nothing to watch. The result came out quickly. Game 1, the 1st universe wins. In the second match, the 12th universe wins. Match 3, Zamasu against Roger from Universe 6. Gubas's voice sounded. Then he took another look at Zamasu and hoped he would keep his mind and not do something stupid. The corner of Zamasu's mouth raised, and he looked at Roger with a ferocious expression. This dirty human being, I must teach him a good lesson. Let him know how stupid and weak a human being is in front of God. Humans, I will teach you a lesson you will never forget, so that you will never have the courage to desecrate a sacred place like the God realm. Zamasu lowered his voice and grinned at Roger's teeth. Oh, Roger glanced at Zamasu lightly, and then said in a flat tone, it seems that you are very prejudiced against human beings. It's just a bunch of dirty little bugs, they don't have the qualifications. It's just that you dare to defile the God realm, so I have to make your memory long. Zamasu's face at this time was like the devil who came back from hell. As ugly as it could be, there's so much nonsense, I'm afraid that you, a trash like you, don't have that ability. Roger glanced at Zamasu with contempt and said sympathetically. It's really pitiful that they can't even judge each other's strength. You wanna die, Zamasu was furious. With a flick of his right hand, Purple's airblade suddenly appeared on his palm. The body jumped up, and the airblade in the palm directly slashed towards Roger. Advertisement, Zamasu. Mr. Roger. Both Geva's and Fua's expressions changed. They can naturally feel that Zamasu's current mentality is no longer a game. Instead, I want to cripple Roger directly. Cut. Is that considered a god? What an annoying guy. If I meet him, I promise to beat him to his knees and beg for mercy. Looking at the grinning Zamasu, Vegeta clenched his fists and said with a displeased face. Oh, that guy really makes people feel inexplicably uncomfortable. Son Goku also nodded. For some reason, seeing Zamasu always makes me dislike it. This level of attack should be able to continue. Don't act too bad. Topo stared at Roger, talking to himself. Swish. Rustle. Just when everyone looked at Roger and Zamasu, Gold's jet-like flames suddenly burst out from Roger's body. The hair has also turned into gold and stood up high. Blue's lightning surrounds its body. With indifferent eyes, he suddenly raised his head. The right hand reached out like lightning, and directly grabbed the airblade that Zamasu had slashed. Super Saiyan, Son Goku and Vegeta were taken aback at the same time. But soon relieved. Sure enough, the Saiyan of the 6th universe can also become a Super Saiyan. 015 The trash crawling under my feet is also worthy of killing me? 4,000 small flowers plus more? Advertisement. You must know that they felt something stronger from Roger's body from the very beginning. So seeing him become Super Saiyan at this time, although a little bit surprised, it is completely understandable. Super Saiyan. It's amazing. After he becomes Super Saiyan, he seems to be more powerful than Mr. Goku and Mr. Vegeta. Jebbet looked at Roger, who had turned into Super Saiyan, and said in surprise from the side. It's true, after Roger becomes Super Saiyan, he is indeed stronger than Vegeta and Son Goku. Because after Angel's 5 years of training, Roger's basic combat power has long surpassed Son Goku and Vegeta. TCH, if you don't speak, no one will treat you as dumb. Vegeta glanced at Jebbet and said coldly, this guy can't speak too much. Although he is telling the truth, there is no need to say it in this situation, right? Jebbet could only lower his head in embarrassment. No way, although he is a follower of Supreme Kai. But compared with Vegeta and the others, the difference in strength is too huge. So I have no right to speak at all, snapped. Under everyone's surprised eyes, Roger took Zamasu's attack easily. The right hand lightly grabbed Zamasu's palm airblade. Is this your strength? Or let me ask another way, is this the power of God that you are proud of? The corner of Roger's mouth twitched, his eyes full of mockery. But, damn. You be asterisk. D. How dare you look down on me? I must kill you, stupid bug. Seeing Roger's provocative gaze, Zamasu roared wildly in an instant. He is a high god. For an ignorant human being, that is simply an untouchable existence. But he dared to challenge himself like this. Trash, you're just yelling too. Advertisement. Roger shook his head, and then there was a sudden force on his palm. Click. Accompanied by a crisp sound, Zamasu's airblade was directly crushed. Turned into a purple energy spot. Then Roger grabbed Zamasu's wrist and pulled hard. Boom. Boom. A puff of smoke rose and Zamasu's body slammed into the ground at Roger's feet. Wow, a mouthful of purple's blood spurted out from his mouth. Roger stepped on Zamasu's head. Then he squatted halfway, staring at Zamasu. You are such a waste who only deserves to crawl under my feet. What right do you have to kill me? Although Roger already knew that this guy was a big villain. But if he didn't provoke him, he wouldn't humiliate him like this. But this guy seems to have a very deep prejudice against human beings, and the way he spoke just now made him very uncomfortable. What a dirty bug. What stupid humans. These words made Roger feel very harsh. Hiss, wow. That's amazing. Defeated Zamasu in an instant. So strong? This is a joke. Zamasu, the strongest in history, can't even catch a move. Is that guy from the 6th universe too outrageous? Zamasu is also a B*ch, and he wanted to kill someone just now. At this time, everyone recovered from their surprise. All of them were naturally incomparably shocked. You must know that Zamasu has always been the strongest existence in the past. None of the players are against Zamasu, but today, the newcomer from the 6th universe beat Zamasu in one move. Let Zamasu have no power to fight back. Advertisement. This is too shocking for them. While shocked, they were actually quite happy. After all, Zamasu has won so many consecutive championships, and this year can finally be replaced. Even if it wasn't for them, they felt a lot more balanced in their hearts. Gebez's face at this time was very ugly, because I heard everything Zamasu said just now. His mentality has undergone earth-shaking changes from before, and his prejudice and obsession with human beings have penetrated into his bones. Such a person must never be allowed to become Supreme Kai. The reason why Roger of the 6th universe hit him so hard is probably because he hurt his prejudice against human beings. Amazing. Solved that Zamasu in a split second. Son Goku looked at Roger, amazed. It's really a bit skillful. If the two of us became Super Saiyan, it would be impossible to get rid of that Zamasu so easily. Vegeta also agreed and nodded. I have to say that Zamasu is still very strong. If you want to defeat him, you must become Super Saiyan 2. More importantly, even after becoming Super Saiyan 2, Zamasu cannot be crushed so easily. I really look forward to fighting him. Son Goku said eagerly. Kakarot, don't forget the chance you didn't play. Vegeta reminded, turning Son Goku aside. I know, there's always a chance anyway, Son Goku muttered. Even if there is no way to experience Roger's strength today, there will be a chance one day. And Topo, who was on the side, also said lightly, it is indeed a little bit capable, but that's all. 016 I didn't expect to fight Son Goku so soon, 6,000 flowers plus more. Advertisement, you dirty bug, get your stinky feet off the face of God. Zamasu was stomped on the ground by Roger, and his body couldn't move at all. He could only roar with distorted facial features. At this time, he also realized that this little human bug that he didn't pay attention to at all, and even extremely disliked, his power was outrageous. In front of him, he was more like a helpless little bug. It's just a candidate for Supreme Kai, his mouth really stinks. Roger said something coldly, and the moment he confiscated it, he kicked Zamasu hard on the mouth. Snapped. Click. With a crisp bone-cracking sound, Zamasu's upper and lower front teeth were kicked off in unison. The body rubbed against the ground and retreated a distance of several tens of feet, and a long chasm was plowed into the ground. His eyes went dark, and he fell into a coma. Zamasu. Guvos frowned tightly, glanced at Roger, and then looked away. Although this guy is really ruthless, but maybe this time, Zamasu can clearly recognize the human potential and fighting talent. Maybe in the future, he will change his mind about humans. If so, today would be a good thing. In the third game, Roger won easily. And the next fourth match will be Topo of the 11th Universe against the Supreme Kai candidate of the 2nd Universe. It is also a battle without suspense at all. Topo easily won the battle. This will let everyone know that none of the newcomers participating this time is a fuel-efficient lamp. After one game after another, only Roger, Topo and Vegeta won in the end. They guessed right, this time all the newcomers came prepared. Finally I can fight you too, but I will definitely defeat you both, because I am the strongest Saiyan Vegeta. Vegeta raised his mouth, clenched his fists tightly, and said to Roger and Topo. Cut. Ignorant fool. No wonder Master Vermud said that the comprehensive human level of the 7th universe is so low. Topo glanced at Vegeta with contempt. From the battle just now, it can be seen that this guy's strength is indeed not bad. But if he wants to become his opponent, he is still far behind. Advertisement Roger didn't speak, because he knew that Vegeta had this kind of personality. Say the craziest things, and then get the most vicious beatings. On the other hand, Son Goku was anxiously spinning around in circles. Watching others fighting, he felt that his body was itchy. Especially Roger and Topo are very strong, so he couldn't sit still. Master Supreme Kai, can you tell them to let me participate in the competition? Seeing such a strong opponent, I can no longer control my desire to fight. Son Goku also clenched his fists, bouncing up and down in front of Supreme Kai Asen, unable to stop for a moment. Supreme Kai Asen looked embarrassed, but then agreed. That's fine. After all, I brought both Son Goku and Vegeta, if Son Goku is not allowed to participate in the competition. With his character, he shouldn't be so obedient. After agreeing to Son Goku, Supreme Kai Asen could only seek the consent of Quaz, Kai and Fuo. First of all, this is the god realm of the 10th Universe Supreme Kai, and secondly, the only remaining players on that stage are the 11th Universe and the 6th Universe. As long as the three of them agreed, there would be no problem. Naturally, Topo has no opinion, because he is very confident, none of these people can be his opponent. As for Roger, he would not object, and it happened to be able to fight Son Goku, which can be regarded as fulfilling his wish. In my previous life, when I watched Dragon Ball anime, I often thought that I could travel to the world of Dragon Ball. Then have a hearty battle with Saiyans like Son Goku and Vegeta. Great opportunity today. Goku, the other Supreme Kai have agreed, you can participate in the competition. But even if you become the final winner, it doesn't count as an achievement, understand? Supreme Kai Asen said to Son Goku. Mama, it doesn't matter, Master Supreme Kai, anyway. I am Zhangzan, and the grades are meaningless to me. Son Goku clapped his hands and said excitedly, compared with fighting, achievements have no attraction for him. Also, he was meant to fight Roger and Topo, then you two go to draw lots. After Supreme Kai finished speaking, Son Goku and Vegeta went to draw lots. Advertisement The result of the final draw was, Son Goku vs Roger. Vegeta vs Topo. Great, my opponent is Roger. Son Goku looked at the lottery in his hand and said excitedly. He felt Roger's strength from the very beginning, it was definitely not easy. Now I can finally have a good fight with him. By the way, you can see how the Saiyan of the 6th Universe is different from them. HMPH, is my opponent that big bald man? It seems that people don't like it. Vegeta glanced at Topo and said to himself, at first glance, this guy is the kind of self-righteous, self-centered guy. Character, it seems to be very similar to myself. In the first game, Son Goku played against Roger. The two entered the ring. I didn't expect to be able to compete with you so soon, Son Goku. Looking at Son Goku, Roger spoke first. He knew that sooner or later he and Son Goku would fight each other. However, he always thought that this day should be the battle for the Earth between the 6th Universe and the 7th Universe, or a power conference. But I didn't expect this day to come so soon, huh? Son Goku was a little surprised. Roger said it as if he already knew that the two of them were going to fight. Forget it, anyway, this will be an exciting battle. Son Goku clenched his fists and stopped thinking about other things. 017 Super Saiyan 2's collision, 500 evaluation votes plus update. Advertisement, you're right, this could indeed be a bloody battle. So fight with all your might, Son Goku. Looking at the excited Son Goku, Roger smiled and said. Apparently, the current Son Goku has been able to turn into Super Saiyan Blue. He has always been curious about one thing. That is whether Super Saiyan 4 is better or Super Saiyan Blue is better. Hey, don't be so anxious. Before you confirm your strength, there is no need to show your full strength. Son Goku also smiled, then fisted into claws, one in front of the other in a fighting posture. He has a habit when fighting. That is, you will never use all your strength at the beginning. Instead, they will conduct tests to test the strength of the opponent, and then slowly show their own strength. That's fine, then I'll also see how strong the normal Son Goku is. Roger nodded. Since Son Goku likes to test, then please satisfy him yourself. The moment the words fell, the two rushed towards each other in a very tacit understanding. Boom. Without any fancy, the fists collided heavily. Rumble. The moment the two fists collided, the entire ground began to tremble. Tang tang tang. With a fist bump, the two separated in an instant, and Son Goku stepped back on the ground for a distance of more than 10 meters. Obviously, this time the collision Son Goku did not have an advantage. Hey, it looks like your strength is much stronger than I imagined. In that case, Son Goku suddenly fixed his eyes. While clenching his fists, Gold's arrogance exploded directly from his body. Swish. Rustle. The hair suddenly turned golden yellow and stood up high. The pupils also turned a light green. Just become Saiyan and fight. Son Goku directly became Super Saiyan 2 this time. Because relatively speaking, Super Saiyan 2 is a very stable transformation. Advertisement: the consumption is not as great as Super Saiyan 3, but the strength is much stronger than Super Saiyan 1. So every time he fights, he likes to turn into Super Saiyan 2 to fight. Super Saiyan 2? Then come on. Roger also clenched his fist, and Gold's arrogance burst out of his body instantly. The jet-like flames that formed gold lingered around its body. A long bang danced in front of his brow, while blue arced around his body. Whizzing. In the next second, the two rushed towards each other in a tacit understanding. A bolt of lightning crackled in the sky. At this time, except for Vegeta and Topo, many Supreme Kai and their followers couldn't see Son Goku and Roger's movements at all. Bang bang bang. Boom boom boom. You can only see the sonic boom rings flickering in the sky, and the afterimages of the two golds are constantly colliding. Every time there is a collision, the ground will be shaken out of a shallow pit. Are you kidding? This is really the power a human being should have? This kind of power completely surpasses a Supreme Kai. It's unbelievable. Didn't it mean that the 6th universe and the 7th universe are universes with lower human comprehensive scores? Why are there such powerful existences? Watching the battle between the two, the Supreme Kais of the other universes showed horrified expressions on their faces. You must know that the power shown by Roger and Son Goku has completely surpassed them Supreme Kai. Logically speaking, this should not happen. Supreme Kai Asin and Supreme Kai Fuon naturally look proud. This time, they can finally stand proudly in front of other Supreme Kais. Looking at the surprised expressions on their faces, the two felt so happy. Boom boom boom. At this time, the fists and feet of the two were still clashing. Boom. And at this moment, Roger suddenly punched Son Goku hard in the chest. Son Goku's body shot straight to the ground in a straight line. Rumble. Son Goku's body slid on the ground for a distance of tens of feet before barely stopping. Roger followed, knees falling towards Son Goku's chest. Son Goku's expression changed, and then his index finger and middle finger touched the center of his eyebrows, and his body disappeared immediately. Advertisement: rumble. With one blow, Roger's knee smashed the ground into a huge bowl-shaped pit. Is it instant transmission? Roger's face didn't change because of the attack. Instead, he stood up slowly, turned his head and looked into the air. The figure of Son Goku has appeared over there. It's dangerous. In the same Super Saiyan 2 state, that guy's speed and strength are obviously much stronger than mine. Son Goku wiped the sweat from his forehead and whispered. If it was hit just now, it would have peeled off a layer of skin. Fortunately, I cast instant transmission in time. What the hell is that B********* D Kakarot doing? Why hasn't he turned into Super Saiyan Blue by now? Vegeta clenched his fist, feeling anxious for Son Goku. This B******* D Kakarot is like this when he fights. He will never show his true strength until the last moment. Roger looked at Son Goku in midair, then he clenched his right fist suddenly. Crackling. A snake-like arc appeared in the palm of the hand, and at the same time, Blue's energy quickly condensed. In a moment, the energy ball has grown to the size of a bowl. The energy is infinitely compressed, exuding terrifying power. See Lala, Blue's electric arc became more and more intense. Aha! With a roar, the energy ball turned into an energy beam and shot towards Son Goku. What? Such a strong energy. Son Goku's face changed, and then he hurriedly clasped his hands together, and Blue's energy instantly condensed. Turtle Pie. Ki Blast. Ha! Then, like a giant dragon, Ki Blast rushed towards Roger's energy wave. 018 The aura of Super 4 shocked everyone. Ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement boom. When the two Ki Blasts collided together, ripples appeared in the surrounding space squeezed by the pressure and began to deform. The dense arcs are crackling. The crazy collision of the two Ki Blasts seems to be showing their terrifying power. Twitter. At this time Son Goku's forehead had a little sweat, and a low voice came out of his mouth. Because in terms of strength, he already knew that he was inferior to Roger. That Kakarot guy is no match for Roger at all. Vegeta also clenched his fists tightly, feeling worried for Son Goku. Although the two often quarrel, in this case, he naturally hopes that Son Goku can win. Is the strength of the two of them only so little? No, I can feel that there should be more powerful power in their bodies, but it hasn't been displayed yet. Topo squinted his eagle eyes and said in a low voice. In their bodies, there should be more powerful power contained in them. But he couldn't understand why these guys didn't just use all their strength to quickly resolve the battle. But to carry out this kind of indifferent temptation. But, damn, what a powerful force. Ki blast was quickly suppressed, the connection point was getting closer and closer. Son Goku also started to panic. It looks like it can only become Super Saiyan Blue. Gritting his teeth, Son Goku made up his mind. If this continues, it may be difficult for him to win. Now I have roughly grasped Roger's strength, so there is no need to continue to test. Ha ha. Ha, accompanied by a deep roar. At that moment, the gold arrogance of Son Goku's body suddenly turned into blue. A ring bump was formed, and the hair and pupils also turned into blue at that moment. Advertisement apparently, Son Goku at this time has turned into a Super Saiyan Blue with divine spirit. Because everyone felt the breath of God in his body. This is the breath of God? That guy from the 7th universe, he turned into a god. Unbelievable, how did he do it? A horrified look appeared on all Supreme Kai's faces. They never thought that a human being could reach the realm of a god. And their strength is much stronger than all the kings of the world, Shendu. How the hell does this guy do it? This is his true strength. It seems that this guy has also received the training of gods of destruction and angel, otherwise he would not be able to master the power of God. Topo continued to mutter to himself. This guy's current strength made Topo really feel a little tricky. Because Son Goku's strength at this time is not much weaker than him. Amidst everyone's astonishing gazes and discussions, Son Goku easily blocked Roger's ki blast with his palm. Then with a flick upwards, ki blast shot directly into the sky, turning into a dazzling stream of light. Roger, you also show your true strength to fight. Then, Son Goku said something to Roger. He knew that Roger was also hiding a more powerful power. After showing all strength, the real battle has just begun. Is it Super Saiyan Blue? It looks like I'm really going to fight with all my strength? Roger nodded, smiled and said, Son Goku at this time is really strong. Although it didn't take long to feel that he might become Super Saiyan Blue, he didn't master the full power form of Super Saiyan Blue. But even so, it is absolutely impossible that Super Saiyan 2 can be compared. The only way to defeat Son Goku is to become Super Saiyan 4. It's really exciting. What will the full strength of that guy be like? Advertisement, will it also become a Super Saiyan god like us? Vegeta stared at Roger closely, and asked with great anticipation. If he can't break through the realm of God, it is absolutely impossible to be Kakarot's opponent. After all, I and Kakarot have fully comprehended the realm of God and turned into Super Saiyan Blue. Although this form is not perfect, but enough is enough. Everyone looked at Roger expectantly and curiously. At this time, Son Goku has turned into Super Saiyan Blue, and has truly entered the realm of God. How will Roger fight him? In other words, what kind of strength will he use to defeat Son Goku? Haha. Under everyone's expectant eyes, Roger clenched his fists suddenly. Gold's light instantly engulfed Roger's body. Even the clouds in the sky were directly rendered golden yellow. Roger's breath also skyrocketed at that moment and continued to skyrocket. That's so amazing. Can you feel his anger? This guy hasn't turned into Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue. Sensing Roger's continuous irritability, Vegeta's face suddenly showed a look of astonishment. If it becomes Super Saiyan God, it is completely understandable to have such a terrifying atmosphere. But at this time Vegeta can still feel his breath. In other words, it didn't become Super Saiyan God or Blue above Super Saiyan God. Why is his breath so terrifying? Okay, so amazing, he hasn't become a god yet, and his momentum is not lost to me at all. Is this Saiyan from the 6th universe? Son Goku was also completely shocked. Roger's anger at this time made people feel jealous. It's really too strong. 019 Super Saiyan 4 versus Super Saiyan Blue, ask for flowers and evaluation tickets. Advertisement under everyone's extremely shocked and surprised eyes, the gold halo around Roger's body disappeared little by little. Soon, Roger appeared in all eyes again. It's just that at this time, his appearance has undergone earth-shaking changes before. What? How could he look like that? Is this also the transformation of Super Saiyan? When Vegeta saw Roger in front of him, he was perplexed. Because at this time, Roger's upper body is covered with Red's hair, and a Red's tail is swinging back and forth behind him. Hair became thicker and messier. The eyeballs have turned into gold, and Red's eye sockets are slightly evil. This guy's Saiyan seems a bit anti-ancestral, because his upper body is covered with leg hair. But his chi was stronger than ever before. Even if Kakarot becomes Super Saiyan 3, there's a world of difference between him and him. This is definitely a higher level transformation of Saiyan. But, damn it, I am the Prince of Saiyan. Why didn't I know that Saiyan still has this kind of transformation? Vegeta clenched his fists and gritted his teeth, feeling his pride being hit again. You know he is the Prince of Saiyan, the cultivation genius of the fighting nation. Didn't know Saiyan had this kind of transformation. What's even more strange is that this is not the transformation of a god, but the blood evolution that really belongs to Saiyan. What? Vegeta, don't you know about this transformation? Son Goku asked Vegeta while being extremely surprised. Because Son Goku knows very well that Vegeta is Saiyan's prince, and he knows Saiyan better. How would I know? Maybe this is the transformation of the 6th Universe Saiyan. Vegeta glanced at Son Goku and said, if not, he should have known about such a unique transformation. Advertisement, what a strong energy. It seems that I underestimated this guy a little bit before. His energy is not weaker than mine. If you want to defeat him, I'm afraid it's not that simple. Topo on the side also fixed his eyes on Roger tightly and said in a slightly heavy tone. When he first came here, he didn't pay attention to anyone at all. Because he is confident enough in his own strength. But as soon as Son Goku reached the realm of God, he started to feel a little tricky. Now this guy seems to be stronger than Son Goku of the 7th Universe. How is this possible? The 6th Universe and the 7th Universe belong to universes with relatively low human standards. Why did such a thing happen? It's unbelievable that the humans in their universes have such powerful energy. Supreme Kai also frowned and said in a low voice. Judging from the current situation, it may not be that simple to defeat these two universe players. Saiyan from the 6th Universe is so amazing. He has not yet reached the realm of the gods, but he has such a powerful combat power. Supreme Kai Asin and Jebet also looked shocked. Originally they thought that Son Goku and Vegeta had reached the realm of gods and they had overturned their cognition. Unexpectedly, Saiyan of the 6th Universe seems to be stronger than Goku and Vegeta. That's natural. Humans of our 6th Universe won't lose to your 7th Universe? Seeing the astonished Supreme Kai Asin and Jebet, Fuwa said with some pride. In fact, he was also very surprised. As Supreme Kai, he also knows something about the planet that inhabits the Saiyan Shirada. There should never have been such a powerful Saiyan. Supreme Kai Asin did not refute, because judging from the current situation, this is indeed the case. It may not be that simple for Goku to defeat Roger. Yo, I didn't expect you to have such a powerful strength before becoming the god of Saiyan. Advertisement, is this also the transformation of Saiyan? Son Goku walked up to Roger and asked curiously. Roger nodded and didn't intend to hide from Son Goku, but said directly and honestly, this is the transformation of Super Saiyan 4. Because he thinks it's not a secret, there's nothing he can't say. And Son Goku and Vegeta in this time and space have chosen the root of God. It is not easy to reach the strength of Super Saiyan Blue, they should not give up the root of God and continue to follow the root of bloodline evolution. Super Saiyan 4? Is this the first time I've heard of it? Son Goku scratched his head, then excitement surfaced again on his face. However, your current strength makes me feel super excited, and I look forward to the battle with you even more. He has such a personality, the stronger the opponent is, the more excited he feels. Then come on, I just want to know which one is better between Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue? Roger waved at Son Goku and said, in fact, whether it is Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan 4, it is just an increase in basic combat. Therefore, there is no definite answer to prove whether Super 4 is stronger or Super Blue is stronger. Ma, I want to know too. Son Goku's face became serious, and then he said with a smile. Soon, a serious look appeared on the faces of the two of them. Shish. In the next second, the two of them and their bodies in tacit understanding flashed and rushed towards each other directly. The speed was so fast that only two afterimages were left on the spot. 020 Super Blue Son Goku's shortcoming, easy defeat, ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement whoosh. Bang bang bang, rumble. In the sky, sonic boom circles flashed continuously. The two gas flames, one gold and one blue, are constantly colliding, and it seems that every collision can distort around the space. The Supreme Kai world of the entire 10th universe was shaking constantly, and pits appeared constantly on the ground. At this time, only Topo and Vegeta can keep up with the speed of Roger and Son Goku. The rest of the Supreme Kai candidates and entourages are all staring at the sky with their mouths open. But all I could see was the flickering of the sonic boom circles and the low and piercing crashing sounds. See Lala. The battle between the two continued, and the clouds in the sky collapsed under the terrifying impact. Boom. Rumble. The two punched each other again. Then the body parted. A huge sinkhole suddenly appeared on the ground, and the entire God realm shook violently. It was as if anytime, anywhere, a God realm would collapse because of their battle. Call, what a powerful force. Even if I have mastered the power of Super Saiyan Blue, I still seem to be invincible in front of him. Son Goku took a long breath and thought to himself with a solemn face. Now he still faces a big problem. That is, although Super Saiyan Blue is very powerful, its form is very unstable. Like Super Saiyan 3, it is a combat form that consumes a lot of energy. If you can't defeat your opponent in a short time, then your own strength will be lost quickly. This is definitely a fatal weakness in the course of the battle. Son Goku, you can't win this battle, because your understanding of Super Saiyan Blue is not thorough enough, and you haven't reached the full power form, so you can't be my opponent. Roger naturally saw Son Goku's problem at a glance. Super Saiyan Blue kept losing his breath during the battle. Advertisement: so as the battle time increases, his aura will become weaker and weaker. Until it can no longer maintain this form. But Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue are completely different. In contrast, Super Saiyan IV is a more stable transformation form. The consumption in battle is almost the same as normal. So even if you fight with all your strength, the energy consumption will not be very large. Oh, you are indeed right. I do have some problems with my physical fitness, but I will never lose this battle. Son Goku nodded first, and then said very seriously. Even if he has realized that there is a gap between the two. But his character is that he will never admit defeat until the last moment. And he also understands that the characteristic of Saiyan is to explode in desperate situations. Really, you are very confident. Then come on, Roger said, and then his body flashed again, directly turning into a golden streamer. He punched Son Goku directly. He didn't hold anything back in this punch, and directly exerted his strength and speed to the extreme. Seeing this, Son Goku could only dodge quickly. However, just after dodging the first attack, the second punch followed. Shish. Roger's fist instantly turned into countless phantoms. Of course, this is not a phantom, but because Roger's speed is too fast at this time, so this effect is caused. Son Goku frantically started to dodge, but Roger's attacks are getting faster and faster. Boom. In the next second, Roger's fist directly hit Son Goku's chest. Call out, accompanied by a low crashing sound, the body flew upside down. Rumble. The temple behind him was directly destroyed by the terrifying impact force and turned into ruins. Advertisement, my temple. Gebaz's face was full of pain. He never expected that today's game would evolve to such an extent. With this level of fighting, they, the Supreme Kai, are completely unable to intervene. He could only watch helplessly as his temple was destroyed and turned into rubble. Whoosh! Roger didn't intend to give Son Goku any chance to breathe, his body flashed, and immediately followed him. Kamehameha wave. Ha-ya! In the process of retreating, Son Goku folded his hands and shot a Kamehameha wave directly. But Roger's body is as flexible as a spirit snake, and he goes directly around Son Goku's Kamehameha wave. In the blink of an eye, he reached the top of Son Goku, followed by a graceful roundhouse kick, and the back of his foot hit Son Goku's chest heavily. Boom! Wow! A mouthful of blood spurted directly from Son Goku's mouth. The body smashed into the ground, forming a slanted straight line, plowing a 10,000-meter-long chasm on the ground. Son Goku's body lay on the edge of the chasm. Are you kidding? Kakarot has almost no power to fight back in front of that guy. The corners of Vegeta's eyes twitched fiercely, and he whispered to himself. You must know that Kakarot is stronger than yourself, although I don't want to admit it. But now it seems that even Kakarot is not that guy's opponent, which means that he has absolutely no chance of winning. Did Mr. Goku just lose like this? Supreme Kai Asen frowned and said in a low tone. Could it be that Guy Roger already has a strength not weaker than gods of destruction? Son Goku on the brink of the chasm has stood up again. But at this time, he has withdrawn from the form of Super Saiyan Blue. Obviously he has no energy to maintain that form. There are also large and small wounds on the body. 021 Super Saiyan God, completely defeated. Ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement, this guy is really outrageously strong. Even if I have mastered the power of Super Saiyan Blue, I still can't defeat him. Son Goku drooped his hands limply, with a helpless wry smile on his face. Already defeated. TCH, Kakarot, B*********D, isn't he too embarrassing? Vegeta glanced at Son Goku, who was covered in bruises, and let out a light shatter. In fact, even though he said this, he also understood that the strength of the 6th Universe Roger was too strong. If I had changed to Kakarot, I might have already lost the battle. Mr. Goku. Supreme Kai Asen also had a dignified expression. You must know that Mr. Goku is the most powerful human being in their 7th universe. Moreover, he has already mastered the power of God. He did not expect to lose so quickly today. Although the gap is huge, but I won't just admit defeat so easily. Son Goku suddenly raised his head and looked at Roger. Then he gritted his teeth tightly, and the wound on his body was instantly torn, blood flowing. The piercing pain spread from the muscles to the brain, making Son Goku grit his teeth and frown uncontrollably. The moment the fists were clenched, the blood from the wounds suddenly poured out. Haha. Simply ignoring these skin injuries, Son Goku clenched his fists tightly, and the arrogance erupted from his body again. In the next second, under everyone's surprised eyes, Son Goku's body was surrounded by a flame-like aura. And his hair and eyeballs also turned into red at this moment. Impressively, it is Super Saiyan God. It's kind of interesting. After being injured like this, can I still become a Super Saiyan God? It seems that Son Goku's title of Desperate Saburo really lives up to his reputation. Roger also looked at Son Goku in surprise. You must know that his body is already covered with scars at this time, and every time he mobilizes his breath, the pain is heart-piercing. Being able to become the absolute protagonist in Dragon Ball is indeed a ruthless character. Advertisement, keep fighting, Roger. Son Goku's gaze was like a torch, and almost at the moment the sound fell, his whole body turned into a flaming beam of light and rushed towards Roger. At this time, he was still extremely fast, and the only ones who could see his movements clearly were Roger and Vegeta, and they were in front of Roger in an instant. Ha! Ha ha ha! Along with the roar, Son Goku kept punching. It's just that there is a gap between the strength of Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. Coupled with Son Goku's injuries, his movements are no longer agility. Such a fist naturally couldn't hit Roger. Roger kept moving his body, and easily dodged all of Son Goku's attacks. Son Goku, the outcome is clear. Your resistance now has no effect and cannot change the outcome. While dodging the attack, Roger said calmly, maybe. Ha ha ha, Son Goku replied indifferently, and launched another storm-like attack. Although the power is passing, the power of the fist should not be underestimated. Snapped. The next second, Roger extended his right palm to block Son Goku's fist. It's over, Son Goku. As soon as the voice fell, the right knee suddenly went up. Boom! Son Goku didn't have time to dodge at all. His knee was already in Son Goku's lower abdomen. A powerful wave of force pierced Son Goku's body directly, spreading from the back. Ah! Wow! The terrifying force and piercing pain made Son Goku cry out in pain. The body bowed directly into a prawn. Acid water mixed with blood flowed from the corner of the mouth. Advertisement Roger didn't hold back at all, raised his right elbow, and hit Son Goku hard on the back. Boom! Snapped. Son Goku fell directly on the ground and lost his combat power in an instant. Too strong. Shrugging his eyelids, Son Goku smiled helplessly again, and then directly gave up all defenses. At this moment all the Supreme Kai were dumbfounded again. Son Goku, who had already comprehended the realm of God, was defeated so easily by Roger. In other words, this guy's mortal power completely surpassed that of a god. At this time, Zamasu was already awake, and Zamasu, who was hiding in the corner, looked at Roger and Son Goku, except for the disgust and resentment in his eyes. A crazy idea was also conceived in my mind. Human beings, these stupid and dirty creatures, must disappear completely. Do everything you can, and you must do it yourself. Ultimately, Gervis declared Roger the winner. At this time, Foy and Roll's attitude towards Roger has undergone earth-shaking changes. In the beginning, the reason why they respected Roger was that they had completely surrendered to the coercion of gods of destruction Champa. But now, after seeing Roger's true strength, they are already in admiration and awe from the bottom of their hearts. Jabbat was quick to recover from injury for Son Goku. Although it can't help him recover his energy, it is more than enough to recover his injuries. UB*********** D is really outrageously strong. If I don't feel wrong, you should still have the power to display it. After the injury was fully recovered, Son Goku walked up to Roger and said with a smile. Roger smiled, but didn't answer Son Goku's words. There is indeed a stronger power that has not been displayed, and that is Ultra Instinct. This is the chassis that I really press the bottom of the box. When facing Son Goku and Topo at this time, there is no need to cast Ultra Instinct. 022 Vegeta, is this the only level you have? 8,000 flowers plus more? Advertisement at this time, the next game will be played by Vegeta against Topo. Kakarot, you really disgraced our 7th Universe Saiyan just now. Next, I'll let you take a look. The strength of labor and capital Vegeta has already surpassed yours. I'll beat those two guys to the ground and prove that I, Vegeta, are the strongest Saiyan. Vegeta clenched his fists, raised a confident arc at the corner of his mouth, and then said to Son Goku. Ah, although Super Saiyan Blue is really strong, don't take it lightly, Vegeta. Roger is stronger than we thought. Son Goku nodded first, and then reminded Vegeta kindly. He knew that Vegeta was prone to being too proud, which was not a good thing in a battle. Especially at this time he is facing Topo and Roger are very strong. Cut. Vegeta snorted coldly, there was no reminder that you would Son Goku at all. With a leap of the body, this is directly on the ring. Topo also came to the ring. Go down, you are not my opponent. Once on the ring, Topo said to Vegeta coldly. After speaking, he turned his gaze to Roger. That guy is the one I want to challenge, what did you say? After hearing Topo's words, Vegeta's complexion suddenly became ugly. The battle has not yet started, how dare this be ******* D look down on him so much. Clenching his fist tightly, he said, you don't know how to live or die, wait a moment and see how I can take care of you. Is it? I think you're a little too confident. You should be able to become like Son Goku too, so hurry up, or I will beat you easily. Topo still said to Vegeta dismissively, it is undeniable that the Super Saiyan Blue they mentioned just now is really strong. But this transformation has a fatal weakness, that is, their energy consumption is too fast. When encountering ordinary opponents, they can indeed be easily resolved. But as long as they meet an opponent of comparable strength and fight a protracted battle, they will undoubtedly lose. Advertisement in his own strength is not inferior to them at all. So this battle, Vegeta has no chance of winning. There should be a limit to self-satisfaction, right, you bald head? Lao Su Vegeta is much stronger than Kakarot. After the angry voice fell, Vegeta clenched his fist tightly. At that moment, the terrifying blue arrogance burst out from the body instantly. Vegeta also directly turned into Super Saiyan Blue. However, Vegeta's breath seems to be a little weaker than Son Goku. After all, the second child of 10,000 years. Compared with the absolute protagonist Gokong, it is naturally a little bit close. Is this the only level? Topo said coldly. There is disdain between words. Smelly bald head, you are looking for death. Vegeta gritted his teeth and rushed directly to Topo. This damned B******* D doesn't look good at words. But he didn't expect that every word he said would make him extremely angry. I must vent all this anger on him, ha! With a roar, Vegeta's fist directly hit Topo's forehead. Topo didn't rush, he raised his arms to block in front of him. Boom! A punch landed, directly hitting Topo's arms heavily. Topo's feet rubbed against the ground, and directly drew a distance of tens of feet. The ground was plowed into two long marks. Cut, he really is a waste who can only talk big. Repelling Topo with one punch seemed to give Vegeta great confidence. After a light crack of disdain, Vegeta rushed away again. Ah da 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 da, Along with the shout, Vegeta kept punching. Topo still kept his arms in front of him, and his body kept moving backwards, seemingly unmoved. Ha! With the last roar, Vegeta kicked out, and Topo was knocked back more than 10 feet. Advertisement. At this moment, Topo took his arms away from his face, stared at Vegeta, and asked provocatively, "Is your attack only at this level?" What? What? Vegeta's expression changed. His attack didn't have any effect on him. B***********. D. Don't get carried away. With another roar, Vegeta rushed over again. This stinking bald man dared to look down on him, absolutely, unforgivable. Aha! With another punch, he greeted Topo's front. At this moment, Topo suddenly raised his head and raised the corner of his mouth. Then he also greeted him with a punch, rumble. Click. The moment the fists collided, the ground under Topo's feet cracked instantly, and the cracks spread in all directions like spider webs. And Topo's feet were directly inserted into the ground. Call out. On the other hand, Vegeta, in the collision of a punch, his body was directly blown away. After retreating a distance of tens of feet, he barely stopped in midair. Both arms suddenly felt numb. The power of this stinky bald head, how can it be so strong? Vegeta was shocked. Charge yourself a blow, and it is an active attack. It was so easily resolved, and the shock made my arm go numb. Damn, absolutely unforgivable. Shocked, Vegeta roared angrily. The palms were aimed at Topo, and the energy ball fell to Topo like raindrops. Rumble. There was a crazy explosion on the ground, and the air was filled with thick smoke and the stench of the explosion. 023 Challenge Achilles heel. Vegeta lost, 10,000 flowers plus more. Advertisement. An attack like Vegeta's is unlikely to work. Son Goku also said with a worried face on the side. Whenever Vegeta launches such a bombardment attack, you know he is angry and starting to worry. And his own rhythm was disrupted, so he was angry with such an attack without rhythm and without rules. The thick smoke on the ground disappeared little by little, and the figure of Topo appeared in everyone's sight again. At this time, red arrogance appeared around Topo's body, and within 1 meter of his feet, there was no sign of damage at all. This shows that Vegeta's attack just now did not cause much damage to her. It's just a meaningless attack, it will only consume your own energy. The humans in the 7th universe are really just a group of guys who can't use their brains. Topo sneered coldly. Then his feet stepped on the ground, and the ground suddenly cracked and exploded. However, his body rushed towards Vegeta like a rocket being launched. B**********D. B********D. With a roar, Vegeta also swooped down and attacked Topo. Boom. Bang bang bang. The fists, elbows and knees of the two collided continuously, and one after another boom circles flickered in the sky. The entire God Realm began to crumble again. Although Supreme Kai's God Realm is hard enough, you must know that either of these two people can easily destroy the existence of the Milky Way. Boom. Topo's iron fist hit Vegeta directly in the face. At the same time that his body flew upside down, Vegeta's knee also hit the broken chin heavily. The two bodies flew out at the same time. At first glance, the two seemed to be fighting evenly this time around. But Roger and Son Goku see it clearly. Vegeta was already out of breath after the full attack just now. Physical fitness is also severely reduced. Super Saiyan Blue is indeed very powerful, but in the process of fighting, it is very easy to miss his breath. This is the most fatal weakness of this form. Without being able to complete Super Saiyan Blue's full power form, Super Saiyan Blue is completely unsuitable for prolonged battles. Advertisement. Topo just got better by comparison. The breath is still very stable because he has always maintained a normal fighting style. So the battle just now didn't cause much consumption to him. But, damn, the breath is consumed too fast. I can't win if this continues. Vegeta's complexion changed drastically. Although very unwilling, it seems that he has lost the game. If it goes on like this, as long as Topo delays for a while, the energy involved will not be enough to sustain the transformation of Super Saiyan Blue. As long as I quit this form, I can't be Topo's opponent at all. HMPH, I told you a long time ago that it is impossible for you to defeat me, you have to waste time. Topo said something coldly. Then the right hand suddenly held the right wrist, with 5 fingers spread out, Gold's energy flickered at the fingertips instantly. Flash of justice. After the words fell, countless energy light spheres shot towards Vegeta like machine guns. Vegeta could only move quickly to avoid the attack. Rumble. Rumble. Wherever the flash of justice went, the ground exploded and smoke billowed. Supreme Kai Asin and Son Goku are starting to feel worried for Vegeta. If the physical fitness of the two is about the same, they may still be able to fight. But now after becoming Super Saiyan God, Vegeta's energy is rapidly consumed. This was doomed to his final outcome. Looks like Vegeta from the 7th universe is going to lose. Guvos and the other Supreme Kai whispered. Although when the two were fighting in close combat, they couldn't see their movements clearly. But at this moment, they still see the situation very clearly. Vegeta can only parry now, and he has the power to fight back. Damn. B**********D. I'm a majestic Vegeta, so I can only dodge in such a mess? Vegeta clenched his fists tightly, the nails have dug into the palm. Dissatisfied, very dissatisfied. I have reached Super Saiyan Blue above Super Saiyan God. Advertisement. It's still embarrassing to go to another place. At this thought, Vegeta gritted his teeth and stopped suddenly. Ultimate. Flash, ha, he chose to be tough. The terrifying gold key blast immediately met with Topo's righteous flash. Bang bang bang. Boom boom boom. The moment the two energies collided, the flashes of justice exploded, crackling one after another. Vaguely, Vegeta's ultimate flash began to gain the upper hand. HMPH. Are you still desperately resisting? Stupid guy, this kind of resistance is meaningless at all. It will only speed up your energy consumption. Topo didn't panic at all. Because after Vegeta cast the ultimate flash, the energy began to flow quickly. It was like a huge gap in the dam, and the flood water burst out. Haha. Topo let out a low growl, and the power of the flash of justice increased sharply. Vegeta's face suddenly changed. The color of the flames around the body and the hair directly changed from blue to gold. Obvious. Straight out of Super Saiyan Blue status. At that moment, Vegeta's energy was directly weakened, and the ultimate flash was instantly swallowed by the flash of justice. He rushed towards Vegeta without slowing down. Vegeta quickly dodged his body, barely avoiding it. But at the same time, a cold voice sounded from behind. I said, you have no chance of winning. Vegeta's hair instantly stood on end. Before he could turn around, a sharp pain hit his back, and his body flew out. The whole thing also lost consciousness in an instant. 024 Fly Topo with one punch, 1000 evaluation votes plus update. Advertisement, Vegeta. Son Goku hurried over and helped Vegeta up. He never thought that there are so many strong people in the universe. Even though the two of them have gained great strength under the training of Whis, they still cannot defeat these strong men. The defeat of Son Goku and Vegeta also pushed this game into the final battle. Roger from Universe 6 played against Topo from Universe 11. Everyone is very curious about this battle, because whether it was Roger or Topo before, they all showed very strong strength. With a human body, he has mastered the power that completely surpassed their gods. The two entered the ring almost at the same time. The candidate gods of destruction of the 6th universe, I am very interested in your strength. Topo stared at Roger and said coldly, the reason why I can participate in such a boring competition this time is because of this guy's participation. That's why Master Vermut wants to attend by himself. So this time, I must greet this guy well, is it? Then let me see what the captain of the 11th Universe's proud team, the so-called free warrior Topo, is capable of. Seeing Topo's strategizing posture, Roger also spoke indifferently. As long as you think about it, you can completely defeat Topo in an instant. But now, it's not the time to show your real trump card. What? You actually know Team Pride? After hearing Roger's words, Topo had a look of surprise on his face. If this guy is someone from the 11th Universe, then it's normal to know Team Pride. But he is a candidate for gods of destruction in the 6th Universe. How did he know about the existence of Pride? And he would actually know that he is the captain of Team Pride. I know much more than that. ADVERTISEMENT. I also know that you are the candidate gods of destruction of the 11th Universe, and you are not the most powerful human being in your universe. Roger said lightly. For Topo and the others, they are now standing in the perspective of God. Are you kidding me? How does this be asterisk 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 asterisk? Do you know me so well? He even knows the 11th Universe. Topo's complexion changed, and he thought solemnly in his heart. Even the gods of destruction Champa of the 6th Universe might not necessarily know so many things. But why would a mere gods of destruction candidate know such details? And he knows he's a candidate for gods of destruction. Okay, show me your strength. You are a free warrior who claims to be the incarnation of justice. Roger waved at Topo and said. For Topo in the Dragon Ball Super manga, Roger still feels pretty good. But the guy in front of him is obviously more like Topo in the animation, which doesn't make people feel good. Cut. Since you want to find abuse, then I will help you. Soon I will let you know how big the gap is between the 6th Universe and the 11th Universe. Even if you are also a candidate for gods of destruction, you are absolutely impossible to be my opponent. Topo is very confident. Then he clenched his fist, and red arrogance suddenly appeared around his body. The aura of God also soared in an instant. I have to say that the current Topo is indeed stronger than Son Goku and Vegeta. After all, this guy is a genuine gods of destruction candidate. Angel Makarita of 11th Universe has been coaching him for a long time. On the other hand, Son Goku and Vegeta have not been practicing with Whis for a long time. So it is not surprising that the strength is not as good as Topo. If you escape by talking, then I will take the initiative to admit defeat. If it's based on strength, I'm afraid you don't have the qualifications. Roger smiled coldly. Then he also clenched his fists and fixed his eyes, instantly turning into Super Saiyan 4. To deal with the current Topo, Super Saiyan 4 is strong enough. There is no need to use Ultra Instinct at all. The guy who doesn't know how to live or die. After raising his breath, Topo directly took the initiative to attack. Fist of Justice. With a roar, his fist lacking in red light directly blasted towards Roger. Advertisement. Bring it on. Roger clenched his fist, and Gold's electric arc instantly swam above the fist. The gold light around the body is even more impressive. Like raging flames, they continuously spewed out from under their feet. Obviously, Roger has exerted all his strength in dealing with Topo. Didn't show mercy like he did with Son Goku. Swish. Hum. The moment the two fists collided, the entire god realm suddenly fell silent. Next second, rumbling. The ground trembled crazily, and cracks several meters wide wanted to spread in all directions. All the Supreme Kai panicked and hid back, for fear of being affected by the shockwave. Whoosh! At the same time as the shockwave spread, Topo's body flew upside down. Boom boom boom. The body shattered one mountain after another, directly raising them to the ground. The body flew upside down 100 feet before stopping. Half of the body suddenly felt numb, and the whole arm completely lost consciousness. No. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. The B*********** D just now fought with Son Goku. He didn't have such a strong force at all. Why? Why am I being repelled? Topo shook his head absently. According to the fighting power that Roger showed before, I should be able to defeat him. But just now, Roger's strength seemed to have doubled in an instant, and he punched himself back 100 feet. 025 The 11th Universe, Weakness Advertisement. If Topo now gives up the justice he holds in his heart and becomes the real gods of destruction, maybe he will still feel a little tricky. Of course, there is a necessary prerequisite for this trickiness. That is when you don't cast Ultra Instinct yourself. If he casts Ultra Instinct, even if Topo in front of him really becomes gods of destruction, he will never be his opponent. You must know that in the Dragon Ball Super Animation Power Conference, Topo who became gods of destruction was killed by Deep Blue Vegeta. I have mastered the perfect Ultra Instinct, and my strength is definitely beyond that of Deep Blue Vegeta. Nothing is impossible, Topo. This is the gap between us. Maybe you can also consider giving up the justice you hold in your heart, so there may be some chances of winning. Looking at the surprised Topo, Roger said lightly. In fact, the justice that Topo insists on is just the justice he thinks. He calls all behaviors or people that do not obey him and do not conform to his will as evil. How could such a person have a true heart of justice? This B**********D. How could he know so many things? Topo was shocked by Roger's words again. It seemed that in front of this guy, he seemed to be transparent, with no secrets at all. He even knew that he could become gods of destruction by giving up justice. If you want to know this kind of thing, only you, Vermut-sama, and Makarita know it. But even if he is defeated today, he must never give up justice and become gods of destruction. Because of this matter, it can only be done when something big happens and the safety of the universe is at stake. Stop getting carried away, I'll beat you right now. Topo roared, and charged at Roger again. Perhaps it was because the anger stimulated the strength in his body. At this moment Topo became stronger than before. The speed also becomes faster. Roger can only fight head-on. Boom boom boom. The fists of the two collided wildly again. All Supreme Kai has been completely dumbfounded. Even if the real gods of destruction fight together, the destructive power is nothing more than that, right? Time passed by every minute and every second, and the battle between the two continued. You must know that the two of them are almost fighting normally now. The consumption of Super Saiyan 4 is very weak, almost no different from normal. So even if you fight with all your strength, your physical fitness won't drop too quickly. Advertisement, those two bastards, what a pervert. Vegeta was already awake at this time, watching the battle between Roger and Topo, clenched his fists tightly, and said unwillingly. Unexpectedly, the strength of other universe powerhouses has reached this level. What made him feel even more upset was that one of them was actually Saiyan just like him. Being surpassed by Kakarot, after more than 10 years, this can be regarded as slowly accepting this reality. But now Saiyan from other universes has also surpassed himself, which made it difficult for him to accept for a while. The two of them are really ridiculously strong. It seems that our cultivation is still far from enough, Vegeta. Then after we go back this time, we must make Whis work harder on us. The next time, I will definitely defeat them. Son Goku clenched his fists tightly, his eyes full of determination. Before meeting the two of them, his goal has always been to surpass Master Beerus. But now, he has a new goal. Get past Roger and Topo first. Boom. The fight lasted for 10 minutes, and Roger kicked Topo directly in the face. Call out. Rumble. Topo's body was directly embedded in the ground, and the ground was immediately blasted into a huge sinkhole. Roger clenched his fist, and a terrifying energy ball quickly condensed out of his palm. The energy ball was squeezed infinitely, strands of electric arcs crackled and flickered, and the enormous power distorted the surrounding space. This energy ball is powerful enough to destroy a galaxy. Roger was condescending, and the energy ball flew out of his hand in an instant, and blasted directly towards Topo's position. Oops. Seeing the rapid expansion of the energy ball in his pupils and feeling the destructive power, Topo suddenly panicked. The body flashed, and hurriedly avoided, rumble. The moment the energy ball touched the ground, it exploded, and a huge mushroom cloud rose into the sky. The shock wave formed a circle and spread in all directions. Bang bang bang. Puff puff. Even Supreme Kai and Son Goku, who were separated by hundreds of feet, were directly hit by the shockwave. Advertisement. The moment a mouthful of blood spewed out, his body was directly sent flying. And Topo was the closest, so it was even worse. The Pride Team uniform had been completely destroyed. The back is even more bloody. Damn it. It's just the explosion of the energy bomb, but there is such power. Topo grinned in pain, but he didn't realize at all that Roger's body had appeared behind him. Is that how you played with Vegeta just now? Let me tell you now, in front of me, you have no chance of winning. A cold voice suddenly sounded from behind. The voice, the tone are all very familiar. Boom. In the next second, before he could react, his body flew out. Whoosh. Roger followed closely, appeared in front of Topo at a very fast speed, and kicked Topo in the stomach. 2 consecutive heavy blows directly caused Topo's consciousness to appear in a trance for a short time. In the blink of an eye, Topo's body has reached an altitude of 1,000 meters. Shaking his head vigorously, he saw the black spot at the end of the sky. The black spots quickly enlarged in the pupils, and Roger's face was quickly seen. The candidate gods of destruction of the 11th universe, weak and vulnerable. As the voice fell, Roger's body spun into the air, and a roundabout kick hit Topo's chest hard. Topo's body fell directly from a 1,000-meter height like a meteorite. Call out, rumble. The body fell to the ground, and another huge wave of hundreds of feet of loess was stirred up. Topo's consciousness suddenly collapsed. Call out. Roger's body flashed, and he appeared in front of Topo lying in the deep pit, with his arms folded on his chest and an indifferent expression on his face. Looking down at Topo in a victorious manner, he said indifferently, cut, 11th universe, vulnerable. 026 want to beat me? Come on then, seeking for flowers and comments. Advertisement, am I defeated? No, impossible, how could I lose to this kind of person? Topo is still unwilling to accept the fact in front of him. How could I lose? How could I lose in the hands of this low-level universe candidate gods of destruction? In a hurry, his eyes were fixed, and he passed out directly. Topo was defeated. Impossible, how is this possible? It's not just Topo who is unwilling to accept it, even the Supreme Kai of the 11th universe has difficulty accepting this fact. But no matter how hard it is to accept, facts are facts. This time Topo was indeed defeated, and badly. Roger from the 6th universe wins. Gubas's voice sounded at this moment. All Supreme Kai recovered from the shock. At this time, I felt a piercing pain in my chest. Although they were only injured by the aftermath of the shockwave just now, this was no small matter for them. You have to go back and recuperate for a while. The Supreme Kai of each universe bid farewell one after another. Kay also left with Topo, who was completely unconscious. At this time, in the Supreme Kai world of the 10th universe, only the 6th universe, the 7th universe and the 10th universe are left. Master Fua, congratulations, your universe can have such an excellent Supreme Kai candidate. Gervas said to Foy, although he said so, but at this moment, everyone knew in their hearts that Roger could never be the candidate for Supreme Kai. Haha. Thank you, Lord Gervas, for your kind words. Fua could only nod embarrassingly. But at this time, my heart is still flattered. You must know that their 6th universe has always been the last one. This time, he was finally elated. Not only defeated Zamasu of the 10th universe, but Shendu, the sabotage candidate of the 11th universe, was defeated by Roger. Advertisement, wow. You guys are too good, you beat Topo so badly. At this time, Son Goku ran over and looked at Roger with a face full of surprise. Although he has long felt that Roger has preserved some of his own strength in the process of fighting himself. But I didn't expect to beat Topo so easily, and now he looks more like a normal person. The strength was so strong that it completely exceeded his expectations. Call. Roger let out a long sigh of relief, and then returned to normal. Although I can still maintain the Super 4 form, and it won't consume too much. But usually, I still feel more comfortable in the normal state. Cultivate well, you can do it too. Roger glanced at Son Goku and said. This guy's cultivation talent is also against the sky. It is not difficult to surpass Topo. Well, after I go back this time, I must practice hard, and when I fight against you next time, I will definitely defeat you. Clenching his fists, Son Goku said very firmly. Then you. Come on, Roger doesn't know how to encourage Son Goku either. He wants to pass through himself unless he masters a higher level Ultra Instinct. But it's definitely not that easy, and I won't stand still and wait for him. After a few brief chats, Son Goku and Supreme Kai Asen left, and Roger and Fua also returned to the 6th universe. In this battle, Roger's name has been completely swayed. Not only recognized by all the Supreme Kai, but even some gods of destruction of the universe have begun to pay attention to Roger. Zamasu, after this game, do you have any new views on human beings? After everyone left, Gervas called Zamasu over and asked. There was a cold gleam in Zamasu's eyes, but it was fleeting. Then he turned into a good boy, and said to Guvos, Master Guvos, my prejudice against human beings was really too deep before. I used to think they were just stupid and weak creatures, but after this battle, I have a new understanding of human beings. Advertisement. Their fighting talents and fighting humans are even stronger than our gods. There is indeed something worthy of our study and research. Saying that, Zamasu's eyes flashed with conspiracy again. Really, such a powerful combat talent must be studied carefully. Moreover, today made him fully realize that the power of human beings has posed a certain threat to the gods. So, humanity, never stay. That's good, go, make me a pot of tea. Guvos nodded thoughtfully. Fine, Zamasu seems to have lost his way through this battle. Unfortunately, he didn't understand Zamasu at all. How is it? Are you awake? After returning to God Realm, Champa looked at Fua and asked lightly. Yes, Lord Champa, Mr. Roger is really too strong. He defeated all the contestants, including the strong human from the 7th universe and the candidate gods of destruction from the 11th universe. Fua still said excitedly, just barely performing for Champa on the spot. Oh, did gods of destruction, the candidate for the 11th universe, also participate? Champa was a little surprised. But he quickly said, Beerus and Vermut are very careful, They're defeated this time, I guess their faces will not look good. Thinking about their expressions, it really makes people feel happy. You did a good job this time, Roger. Beerus and Vermut are both guys I don't like very much. Just thinking about their devastated expressions made him feel happy. Not bad, it seems that you are completely qualified for the position of Gods of Destruction. Vados on the side also said with a smile. 027 Vados. I really want to visit your hometown, asking for flowers and evaluation tickets. Advertisement, and at this time in the Gods of Destruction world of the 7th Universe. Beerus opened his eyes wide, looked at Son Goku and Vegeta with incredulous anger and asked, "You two bastards, did you really lose to the 11th Universe and the 6th Universe?" The Gods of Destruction Vermut of the 11th Universe, and the Gods of Destruction Champa of the 6th Universe, are Gods of Destruction that I hate very much. Especially that guy Champa, although they are said to be twin brothers, but when they meet, they are incompatible. And in the past tens of millions of years, the contest between them has never stopped. Now Son Goku and Vegeta actually lost to the 6th Universe. That guy Champa will definitely take this opportunity to mock him. This is something he can't accept. Hey, because those two guys are too strong, I'm sorry, Master Beerus. Especially the Roger of the 6th Universe, although he is the same Saiyan as us, but after he becomes Super Saiyan 4, it is completely beyond the two of us to deal with. Son Goku could only scratch the back of his head, then smiled awkwardly. You must know that when they went out this time, they had promised Beerus. Absolutely will not lose to the 6th Universe. But it's a good thing now, and I just lost to Roger of the 6th Universe. You two useless bastards really lost my face. Beerus gritted his teeth angrily, but there was nothing he could do. You can't just beat up Son Goku and Vegeta, right? And the thing has happened now, even if you get angry again, it won't help. Master Beerus, can you think of a way? Let's play against the 6th Universe again. This time I will definitely overcome the shortcomings of Super Saiyan Blue, and then I will be able to beat Roger. Son Goku put his hands together and begged Beerus. This time I lost very unwillingly. If my Super Saiyan Blue didn't consume so much energy, I might be able to defeat Roger. Cut. Don't you think it's not enough to be ashamed? Beerus glanced at Son Goku coldly, and then said to Whis. Throw the two of them into that place. If the strength cannot be further broken through, let the two of them stay there forever. Two disgraceful fellows. After Beerus finished speaking, he walked directly into the temple. According to Champa's character, it is estimated that he will come to mock himself soon. I hope that when the time comes, Son Goku and Vegeta can give themselves some air. Yes, Lord Beerus. Advertisement was nodded, and then suddenly waved the staff in his hand, and a purple crack appeared in the sky. A terrifying suction immediately pulled Son Goku and Vegeta in. Whis leapt, and followed him into the crack, and the same scene was also staged in the 11th Universe. It's just that 11 Universe's Gods of Destruction Vermut is more subtle than Beerus. 6th Universe of Gods of Destruction. Fua and Luo have returned to the Supreme Kai world. After dinner, Roger found Vados again. Vados, please continue to train me. Roger said seriously to Vados. From now on, I will really start to get in touch with these big shots. So I have to make myself stronger. Only in this way can we have the qualifications to control our own destiny. I don't want to be wiped out by Zeno in a daze. Roger, you become very powerful now. There are almost no human beings who can defeat you. Why do you insist on becoming stronger? Vados asked with some confusion. With Roger's current strength, even becoming Gods of Destruction is more than enough. Could it be that you still want to pursue a higher level? Because I don't want my destiny to be controlled by others, and I don't want the person or thing I like to be ineligible to touch. So I want to become stronger, I want to surpass Gods of Destruction, surpass Angel. Roger clenched his fists tightly, his eyes gleaming with incomparable firmness. Beyond Angel? Vados was taken aback. It's not easy. To put it bluntly, even the gap between Gods of Destruction and Angel is like a world of difference. Roger is just a human being, it is almost impossible to surpass Angel. I know, that's why I asked you to train me. Roger nodded and said seriously. Of course it's not easy, but no matter how difficult it is, you have to do it yourself. If you want to survive in this world and get what you like, you must work hard. Fine. Advertisement looking at Roger's firm gaze, Vados seemed to be touched by something suddenly, and then nodded seriously. In the dim world of Gods of Destruction, two figures are constantly entangled and colliding. It lasted for 6 or 7 hours before it stopped. The full moon hangs high, and countless planets dot the world of Gods of Destruction. Makes the Gods of Destruction world look more charming at night. Roger hugged the back of his head and lay on a comfortable lawn with his legs crossed. Looking at the blue star not far away, very similar to my hometown. Vados also sat quietly beside Roger. Missing home? Vados turned his head to look at Roger, and asked softly. To be honest, it's been 5 years, and I don't know what happened to them. Roger didn't look back, but just replied Vados lightly. Although I have already adapted to this world, but occasionally I still have thoughts in my heart. You've been staring at that star, is your home there? Vados also raised his head to the planet Roger was staring at, and asked. No, it just looks similar. I can't go back a long time ago. Roger gave a wry smile and shook his head. Unless you have a power that you can't even imagine, otherwise, it's impossible to go back. Your hometown must be beautiful? Vados asked curiously. Yes, it's beautiful, and it's still a gourmet kingdom, Roger nodded proudly. Hearing you say that, I really want to visit your hometown, Vados said with longing. If there is a chance, I will take you there. Roger turned his head and glanced at Vados. Holding his curled legs in both hands, with a quiet smile on his face, he stared at the planet. At that moment, Roger felt that Vados was so amazing and so beautiful. 028 heading to the 7th universe, the competition begins, ask for flowers and evaluation tickets. Advertisement, okay. Then it's a deal. Vados turned his head, looked at Roger and said with a smile. Originally, she had always regarded Roger as a child, but at this moment, in a trance, she felt that Roger was not a child at all. Even more mature than myself. Let's go back and rest, get up tomorrow and continue. Roger stood up and said to Vados, although it is said that Angel does not need to rest, but I, immortal, still have to sleep. In this way, time passed day by day. In a blink of an eye, a month passed quickly. During this month, Roger's strength has also improved further. In the past month, he has not changed any form of Saiyan, but simply trained normally. Because Roger is very clear that any transformation of Saiyan is based on the basic combat power. As long as the basic combat power is enhanced, the strength will be greatly improved after transformation. And this day, Roger, you prepare some of the best food today, we're going to the 7th universe. Champa said to Roger early in the morning, why go to the 7th universe? And take the food. Roger looked at Champa and asked. But I already guessed it in my heart, this guy just wants to compete with Beerus to see which universe has the best food. Which universe is the real gourmet kingdom, Twitter. Champa grinned, with a sinister smile on his face, and continued, of course it's to give Beerus a taste of the hopelessness that is beyond redemption. Just take this opportunity to mock Beerus well. Last time, the members of their 7th universe were taught a terrible lesson by Roger. Fine. Advertisement, then I'll go get ready. Roger naturally did not refuse. Because Beerus is the most powerful being of gods of destruction pigs. So this time, let's see if we can compete with Beerus a little bit. Find out what is the gap between yourself and the strongest gods of destruction. Then Roger followed Vados to prepare the ingredients. This time, the food Roger prepared was relatively simple, a fish head with chopped peppers, a few boiled tea eggs and a Topo pork dish. These things are here on Earth in the 7th universe, and they are also things that cannot be seen at all. So for Beerus and Son Goku, this is definitely a very novel food. After preparing the food, Vados took Roger and Champa to the 7th universe. The distance between each universe is still very far. Even Angel, who has the fastest speed in the universe, takes 3 hours to reach. And at this time in the gods of destruction world of the 7th universe. After a month of practice, Son Goku and Vegeta were finally released from that rift. And the strength of the two of them has indeed improved qualitatively. Hey, you two, how is your cultivation going? Beerus looked at Son Goku and Vegeta and asked indifferently. In fact, he could also feel that the aura of God in Son Goku and Vegeta's bodies became stronger. It shows that in this month, the improvement of the two of them is also very large. Hey, Master Beerus, that's really a good place, it's the most suitable place for cultivation just like spiritual food. In just 1 month, there has been a great breakthrough in strength. Son Goku clenched his fists and said very excitedly. Although the environment in that place is a bit tougher, and the training is also very difficult. But it has to be said that practicing under such conditions, one's strength does improve very quickly. Me too, my strength is much stronger than it was a month ago. Vegeta also clenched his fists confidently and said. Very well, it seems that you two are quite confident. So if you see the guy from the 6th universe again, are you sure you can defeat him? This is what Beerus wants to ask. Advertisement because a few days ago, I had already agreed with Champa to have a duel between food. Of course, this is just an excuse. My real purpose is to get back the field and let Son Goku and Vegeta be the guy in the 6th universe. Whis told himself earlier that Son Goku and Vegeta had overcome the shortcoming of Super Saiyan Blue's lack of energy. In this way, he should be able to defeat the guy from the 6th universe. Hey, of course, I have overcome the shortcomings of Super Saiyan Blue now. If I fight Roger again, I can definitely beat him. Son Goku said very confidently. He thought that the reason why he failed last time was because his energy consumption was too large. So it's not Roger's opponent, but after a month of hard work, I have mastered the full power form of Super Saiyan Blue. In this form, one's own breath will not be missed. So if you can persist in fighting for a longer time, you can definitely defeat Roger. Kakarot, that guy has to be defeated by me. Vegeta, you better leave me alone. Vegeta spoke viciously at Son Goku. As long as he defeats that guy, he will be the strongest Saiyan that deserves it. Hey, let's see Vegeta then. Son Goku smiled, not paying much attention to Vegeta's harsh words. Swish, at this moment, a brilliant light suddenly descended from the sky. At the same time, 2 strong auras appeared, coming. Beerus narrowed his eyes, and Son Goku and Vegeta also looked excited. After practicing desperately for a month, I was finally able to fight Roger again. 029 is barrel noodle your universe's delicacy? Ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement. The brilliant light faded little by little, and 3 figures appeared in front of Beerus and Son Goku. Then he walked towards them step by step. Those 3, obviously, are Vados, Roger and Champa. Yo, I didn't expect you to be so polite, Beerus, you came to greet us early when you knew we were coming. Not bad, the posture of a loser is very good, tisk. Upon meeting, Champa directly opened his mouth to mock. Cut. This dead fat pig, look at him making a fool of himself. Beerus frowned tightly. This guy was the last thing he liked to see, so when he opened his mouth, he made himself feel angry. Wow, it looks exactly like Master Beerus, exactly the fat version of Master Beerus. Son Goku looked at Champa in surprise. There was almost no big difference between the two except for their body size. Is that Gods of Destruction from the 6th universe? It's really strong. Just standing there makes people feel invulnerable. Vegeta looked at Champa with a frown and spoke. I may have been with Lord Beerus all the time, so I don't have this feeling. But by the time I saw another Gods of Destruction this time, the feeling was really strong. Whis and Vados looked at each other and both smiled. They also feel very helpless about this. Although Master Beerus and Master Champa are twin brothers, they are like enemies when they meet. Roger, we meet again. Son Goku was most interested in Roger, so he immediately ran to Roger and greeted him with a smile. You seem to have become a lot stronger, Son Goku. Roger glanced at Son Goku, and he could naturally feel that he had become a lot stronger in this month. Of course, not only Son Goku, but even Vegeta has become stronger. It seems that during this month, their cultivation is also very hard. Well, just to be able to fight with you again, Son Goku directly stated his purpose. Let's talk when you have time, Roger replied lightly. Although both Son Goku and Vegeta have become stronger, they are also not their opponents. Advertisement. Even if he didn't have to use Ultra Instinct, the two of them still couldn't beat him. And what I am most interested in now is the strongest Gods of Destruction Beerus. I don't know how the current self will be compared to him when he casts Ultra Instinct. Champa, how do you want to compare? The two of us fight directly, or let them compete? Beerus was too lazy to talk nonsense, and directly stated the purpose of the meeting. Anyway, except for the competition, Champa will not come to his own territory. Don't worry about this, Beerus. I'll first let you taste the sense of hopelessness. Champa suddenly smiled ferociously, a full villain's smile. Oh, is it up to you, dead fat pig? Tell me, what's your plan? Beerus asked with a look of disdain. Although last time Goku and Vegeta lost to this guy from their universe. But this does not mean that he has the right to shout in front of himself. In terms of strength, he could be rubbed against the ground every minute. Hey, don't you always say that your 7th universe is a food kingdom? Today, I will compete with you. Look at our 2 universes. Which universe is the real gourmet kingdom? But after you eat the delicacies of our 6th universe, don't bite off your tongue, Champa proudly said to Beerus. In the competition between delicacies in the past, I really didn't have much confidence. Because the food in the 6th universe is really not very tasty. But after having Roger, he is definitely full of confidence and even has the chance to win. Because in this world, there will never be any food that is better than Roger's. Oh, so it's a competition between delicacies? A sudden smile appeared on Beerus's face. If so, it looks like Champa is doomed today. Because the delicacies on Earth are definitely not comparable to the junk food in the 6th universe. What? Don't you dare, Beerus, Champa continued provocatively. Advertisement, cut. Since you want to make fun of yourself, then I will help you. Whis, take that thing out. Beerus ordered all the way to Whis. With a light wave of the staff in Whis' hand, several buckets of instant noodles appeared in front of everyone. Both Beerus and Whis salivated. Because of this, it's too late. No matter how much you eat, you won't feel tired. This time, in the competition between delicacies, Champa will definitely lose to himself completely. Only, Champa and Vados showed disgust on their faces. What? How many barrels of instant noodles? Is this the delicacy of your 7th universe? Beerus, are you kidding me? Champa looked at the instant noodles with disgust. Roger had eaten this kind of stuff for himself before. It tasted really good the first few times I ate it. But if you eat too much, you will feel tired of eating and it is very unpalatable. Especially when I eat a bucket of this kind of food, I feel very enjoyable, but when I eat the second bucket, it is simply a kind of torture. Unexpectedly, Beerus actually regarded this as the ultimate delicacy. As for the food at 7 Universe, it is really disappointing as always. Cut. A dead fat pig who can talk big, don't even drink the soup after the meeting is finished. Beerus knew Champa, and at this point he was definitely faking it. When he actually eats it later, he will know the irresistible allure of bucket noodles. Whis, is this really your universe's delicacy? Vados also asked with a look of disgust. Yes, sister. Indeed, barrel noodles are delicious, Whis nodded and replied. 030 Gourmet Competition, the 7th Universe is completely defeated. Ask for flowers and ask for evaluation tickets. Advertisement, it seems that the food in the 7th Universe is really not very good. Vados said something lightly, because they have eaten this thing, although it tasted okay when they first ate it. Compared with the food they ate before, it can be regarded as the best food. But after eating too much, I feel very tired, especially after eating the delicacies made by Roger. If you eat instant noodles, it is simply tasteless. Hard to swallow, sister, don't be fooled by its appearance. Although the packaging of the bucket noodle is very ordinary, it tastes very good, Whis explained again. I also ate a lot of delicious food on Earth, but bucket noodles are really not enough. Vados didn't retort, because she has eaten all kinds of instant noodles, that's all. Vegeta, did you hear? Whis called her sister, in other words, she is also an angel. Maybe Roger's strength is his training. After hearing the conversation between Whis and Vados, Son Goku secretly said to Vegeta from the side. Cut, do you still need to guess? It must be like this. Without Angel's special training, how could Roger be our opponent? Vegeta said coldly. But even with Angel's special training, she must not be the opponent of herself and Kakarot today. Because they are not what they used to be now, they were completely different a month ago. While everyone was chatting, the instant noodles had already been soaked. Vados and Champa glanced at it in disgust, without any desire to move their chopsticks. Roger ate it though. Not bad, it's braised in soy sauce, I like it. For Roger, instant noodles are truly addictive. If you don't eat for a while, you will feel very hungry. Eating one bucket can satisfy your hunger, but when you eat the second bucket, you can't swallow it at all. Seeing that there is no Champa, even you guys from Universe say instant noodles are delicious. Advertisement. Are you still pretending to be reserved? Beerus asked with a sneer. Roger's expression made him feel very satisfied. Vados, get our stuff out. Let Beerus try it too. What is real food? Compared with our food, their bucket noodles are rubbish. Champa gave instructions to Vados. Yes, Master Champa. Vados nodded, then waved the staff in his hand lightly, and an incubator appeared on the table. Opening the incubator, a strong fragrance spread immediately. Hoo-hoo. Beerus and Whis and Son Goku sniffed hard. Because this smell is really too sweet, they had never smelled so good, even on Earth. It smells so good, I've never smelled it before. Do you know what it is, Vegeta? After smelling the scent, Son Goku quickly turned to look at Vegeta and asked. We must know that Vegeta's family is very rich, and he has eaten a lot of delicious food. Maybe he has eaten this kind of food. Stop kidding, Kakarot, you grew up on Earth, and you don't even know how I know. Vegeta said something coldly, and then continued to smell the fragrance. It's so addictive. Sister, what is this? Why is it so fragrant? Whis couldn't help but ask, although I have eaten countless delicacies on Earth. But it was the first time he had smelled such a good smell. It can be judged that this is definitely a very delicious food. Tea eggs, fish head with chopped pepper and dongo pork. Vados took out all 3 plates. The aroma suddenly became more intense, and the 3 dishes were still steaming. Gulu. Beerus and Son Goku all stared at the 3 dishes and swallowed hard. HMPH. Taste it, Beerus, this is real food. I really sympathize with you 7th Universe, you actually call that kind of garbage food. Looking at the expressions of Beerus and Son Goku, Champa was even more proud at this time. Advertisement. As for Beerus and Son Goku, they also moved their chopsticks directly. Wow. This is too delicious. It's spicy and spicy, but it keeps the smell of fish. It's super delicious. Son Goku exclaimed excitedly. Move your chopsticks faster. This meat is delicious too. Although it's fat, it's not greasy at all, and it also has a sweet taste. The combination of this flavor is really great. Whis also munched on things regardless of his image. Slow pork, introduced while eating. Beerus's mouth is full of oil, and he has no image at all. Cut. Never seen the world. Champa pursed his lips and said something at this time. But it can be seen that he is also very greedy in the competition, he is just pretending to be calm. In less than a minute, the 3 dishes were completely eaten by the 4 of them. Son Goku and Beerus even licked the plates clean regardless of their image. There was still an unsatisfactory look on his face. This is food. Truly gourmet food. How about Beerus, compared to your 6th Universe's delicacies? Champa asked, looking at the satisfied Beerus. Cut, it's just. So, naturally, Beerus was unwilling to directly admit that it was delicious, so he said stiffly. You almost ate the plate just now. Beerus's answer is not so important anymore. Because from his performance just now, he already knew the exact answer. Wow, it's so delicious. I've never eaten such a delicious thing, Son Goku also said with a satisfied face. Sister, which planet are you making these delicacies from? Perhaps the universe here can also be found. Whis asked quickly. It will definitely be a pleasure to eat such delicacies every day in the future. Beerus also quickly looked at Vados, expecting his answer. Probably not, because these delicacies are made by Roger himself. Vados glanced at Roger and replied with a smile.